Oh, that's the end of that. I haven't heard the rest of that. That's the last song I heard was clown emojis. There is.
I think I feel like he insulted us and they vaping like some bitches.
I think he talking about them nigga the THC vapes. Cause niggas, cause back in the day, it used to be something to sit there rolling. You know what I'm saying? But now everybody hitting the pendulum, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see nothing wrong with that game just being too old school. That's really what I like. You know what? I think that right there would be good.
You want to oil rig? Like, set that electrical shit. Light the shit up.
You light your shit up. You need a cigar. You need two of them. You need to walk around like Smoker on One Piece.
Like that bitch on everybody.
Like, all right. Boom. Like,
die like a man.
Die like a man.
The man standing there on fire. Yeah.
That sound like that company man that told me, he's like, yo, we just trying to get your email. Do I look like a secretary?
Yeah.
I'm a redneck.
That nigga was a dick, bro.
I told you, bro.
I went out there and got cussed out for some shit I ain't had nothing to do with. Golly.
Told you.
Nah, yeah.
First time I went out there, the night come. Hey, did you read the fucking sign, brother? Did you read the fucking sign? Like, goddamn, nigga. Like, yeah. Close my door. Shit. Like,
was it him?
No, I don't know which one you dealt. You dealt with the day company, man?
Yeah.
No, I dealt with the night one.
See, look, I got lucky. I couldn't read because the day company man's office is right there at the front. The night company man's right there.
Yeah.
When you drive in.
That's why I said I didn't even read it. I saw the setup. I'm like, okay, cool.
I couldn't see what it said, so I just assumed it didn't say company man. So I drove around to the other one. Yeah, boy, I'm so glad I didn't walk up in that bitch. I wonder how many people he'd have cussed out.
I bet you a lot.
A fucking
Stupid
shit
ass.
boy.
Right, so he didn't want nobody coming in.
He had his two company man offices. The first time I ever been on a place with two so they have the night company man have their office and the day company man have his office.
And then niggas say it's gay sleeping with another motherfucker. Niggas say I don't want no roommate.
Oh man,
boy, that's crazy.
Fucking retarded.
Yeah, man. I guess it was a good time to start.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping those.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to turn my mic up? I can't hear.
Turn me up.
Turn me up.
Nah, keep all that. Keep it in.
What you mean?
Hey, this is still good.
This how you start.
Yeah, because hey, you sound good in my headphones.
You want the mic up or the headphones?
He might need his headphones up.
Headphones, probably.
I don't even know if that's yours.
Mic check.
Yo. Hello. God damn.
All right, that's yours.
he said, who got it?
Yeah.
Golly.
Do it now.
A little bit more.
Turn it up.
There you go. All right, we good there.
Yeah, do it.
I was about to say, goddamn, the man just went, crank that bitch.
Soldier boy.
Yeah, I don't know, drinking my night tea, you know what I mean?
Night tea.
Night tea.
Been nothing but White Claws for the past few.
It has been. We done a White Claw winner, baby.
Hey, man. No, I know what to say. We haven't brought a bottle back for a minute.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
been
we
a
was
good
trying
while.
to be on some healthy shit.
Yeah, kinda. I ain't been back to the gym
Jamie,
so
though.
goddamn long.
Bro, I've been struggling just to do push-ups.
I will say I haven't gained back all the weight, but I know probably by the end of Christmas, I done probably gained back half of the weight that I lost.
I think I gained mine back.
Yeah.
Something stomach.
So, I don't think I lost anything, so ain't nothing to gain back.
Oh, I definitely lost. I lost.
I lost.
I lost almost 8 pounds. Yeah, we was in there. I was in there. Yeah,
It was there.
got to get back on the progress though, because I'm still. My goal is still 200. I'm trying to get back down to 200.
My goal is still just flattening out my belly. And that's where I'm at. I don't know what weight it is, but as long as it go down, I'm fine.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I got about like 100 pounds to lose, so, you know.
Well, you gotta get working, brother. It's the cold. Can't be hibernating.
Eat nothing but boiled eggs and spinach. You'll be alright.
Go shit it out real quick.
You need turkey meat and chicken breast.
I hate turkey, bro. I be avoiding that shit.
I like the good the turkey from the lunch
turkey.
meat. The lunch meat turkey. That shit is the bomb, bro. They got at HEB, bro. They got this mesquite smoked, peppered.
Turkey.
Oh my god, juicy as hell. You throw that on the sandwich with some goddamn provolone. Ah,
Yeah, I never trusted them pre-seasoned meats.
Nah, it's the actual deli slice.
The deli slices.
Yeah.
But they have like regular honey, like they have different.
The deli, yeah, you can go up to the deli guy and be like, "Hey, man, I want a slice of ham or I want a slice of chicken." They'll slice you up some chicken breast too to put on your sandwiches.
No, that's where I go. I don't be just buying it off the shelf.
Oh yeah, fuck that. Oscar Mayer, man, hell no. You don't know what you get. You might get
They say it's turkey.
it's turkey ass, boy. A quail or two fell in that bitch. They just be mincing shit up in that motherfucker, boy. Alright, yeah. Alright. So I guess time to start, baby.
God damn it.
The gang is back.
The gang is back.
What it do?
You know how we do this. Alrighty, welcome back to the Lyrically Acclaimed Podcast. I'm your host, Ill-Minded Taz, and I'm with everybody's favorite uncle.
Oh shit, he kept it.
Uncle D's in the building with us today.
Hell yeah, Unc D, the biggest D, pause.
I wasn't keeping that one, but he kept it.
Yeah.
And to the right of me, you know who he is. It's the ARCHIE man. Archie Boys in the building.
What it do? What it do?
So what it do? What's going on?
Good, man. Good. You know, 2 more days of work and I'm just home.
Damn, it feels like a minute since all three of us been.
I know. It seems like it's been a hot minute.
Yeah, I ain't been well. No, I was here last episode.
Which, let's say that episode was a good episode, bro.
It was nice.
Yeah, I like that episode a lot.
Talking about you don't got no chemistry. I watched it. I said, you fit right in. I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Bro, yeah.
I guess, you know.
You knew what to do. You had it right.
Actually had the 101, you know what I mean?
You know what? It was a kind of a precursor from that episode where AJ was trying to talk and then
Just cutting him off the hook.
Cut him off until y'all cut me off.
Let's just keep going.
let's just kick his ass off like a punch.
Just trying to tell my story about them shoe people. And they said, hold on.
To this day, the world will never
Nobody
know.
knows. That is crazy.
Yeah, he said, I keep it to myself.
You know?
Shit, since the beginning, ain't let this man tell not one story.
Facts.
Hold on one second.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, what y'all did that last time with that relationship shit? Both of y'all just sat there like this, like, okay, cool. I guess I was never in a relationship either. So you know what? Fuck it. Like, let y'all talk. Like, go
Let's talk
ahead.
about, what was it? Growing up.
Yeah, you guys kept growing up and all type of shit, and then like shit. I just guess I appeared.
No one will hear you, Otis.
That's crazy. You see how they treat me inside this bitch? God damn.
My brother, well timed.
That's
funny.
crazy.
Oh man. Ugh. But everybody been good. Week been going good.
I guess so. I've been on the road most of this time.
Yeah, it's been
Been a chill week. Can't complain about it. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, you know. Every time you wake up in the morning, then you get a text message from your boss. You need to go here. All right, cool. I guess.
same type of calls too. I've been noticing that.
It was like around the same time, 7:45. Yeah, I need you to go to this place. All right, cool. I got you, bossy. So it's been a cool week. I ain't gonna lie, I can't complain. How about yourself?
Man, I can't complain either. You know, bouncing back from Thanksgiving. You know, it was a long one. I had Thanksgiving. This Thanksgiving year was a little weird, a little interesting, but it was great at the same time. You know,
Yeah.
Traveled to El Paso.
How was that?
That was good. I
was
enjoyed
fun.
being there. I ain't seen El Paso since I was a young boy.
I never seen El Paso, but it was good to see for the first
I
time.
like driving in and it looked all the bridge
and
yeah. I was like, oh, this is nice. Thanksgiving, I was tired as hell. I only got 4 hours of sleep the night before we left, and then 4 hours of sleep again the night we came back. So you know, I was pretty tired. So that Friday and Saturday, I sat here and tried my best to just be invisible, you know. But other than that, work been work. You know.
Yeah.
You know, life been good. I'm blessed, highly favored. Lord moving behind me, making sure I'm learning the lessons I need to learn. You know. Other than that, yeah, man, life good.
Yeah, man, it's been great.
Yeah, I mean, my Thanksgiving was nice. Had moms come up, so she cooked a nice meal for us.
You look like you're still suffering from Thanksgiving, my boy.
Oh yeah, bro.
Why you do my boy like that?
I slump
Macaroni pie, potato salad. Hey, we bought meat late. Pause. the pause was like
You knew it, yeah.
The word popped up in my head when I was making the sentence. I was like, I'm just saying it at the end of this. But we ended up buying stuff late, so it was like that day before Thanksgiving, trying to get what we need to cook and stuff. So we ended up just getting like this hen that took forever to fucking cook.
Damn.
Yeah, bro, we tried everything.
Do y'all still holding on to leftovers or nah?
Oh yeah, bro. What you mean,
Bro, it's been a week though.
Oh no, you mean if I left? No, that done like.
I'm about to say
I thought you said if we eat leftovers.
No, I'm saying like y'all still
ain't wasting no
y'all
food.
still reaching in there eating stuffing and shit. Boy.
Oh nah, that's done, bro.
Yeah.
My mom used to do that, but she used to freeze it.
See, if you freeze it, I say yeah.
She used to freeze it like if we had like because younger, it used to be my mom and her best friend. They used to switch around, so Thanksgiving her families and stuff would come over to our house, and then we have this big Thanksgiving, and then we'll go over into Queens by her, and then we have Christmas, and then the next year it swaps.
Yeah.
So we'll go to Queens for Thanksgiving and things. So when they used to make food, it used to be food like you go like, God damn, you feeding like 30-40 people in the house, because she bringing all the kids, all the relatives, like everybody. So we was like, God damn. And then she used to freeze it. Like after that, whatever stuff that we know we ain't gonna eat, all like lasagna and stuff, like, you know, she know that's gonna go quick. But then after that, it'll be like if it's macaroni pie or if it's chicken or whatever the case may be, she'll freeze it.
So wait a minute, y'all eating lasagna for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, man.
Bro,
That's New York shit.
No,
you just cook food, bro.
Y'all just cook whatever.
there ain't no specifics.
Oh, see, you know, me growing up down here, you don't get you get a ham, you get a turkey, and then you get whatever the same shit your grandmama cook on Sundays.
Hey,
Some greens, some mac and cheese,
I
some
wish I could have found
cornbread.
some oxtail, bro. That
Nah, for us. Well, I know for us, it would be lasagna, macaroni pie, rice and peas. If potato salad. If Daddy decides to do stewed pork, he doing stewed pork. If it's curry chicken.
Man, that's so
they used to her best friend used to do barbecue chicken, and I used to best barbecue chicken to me is she fries it and then put it in the barbecue sauce and then bake it a little bit so it can,
You know what? My nana would have a pot of chitlins. I used to hate when she cooked those. You would, boy, y'all know what, boy, you walk in the house and it smell like bow, boy. It's like, oh, Lord. But, man, she would always have a pot of chitlins. As soon as it get cold, that's what she doing. She going to buy chitlins, boy. Hey, she said you only cook chitlins when it's cold outside.
Huh.
Yeah, and so as soon as the temperature got below 75,
75. That's still summer. That's below 75. That's summer still, bro.
yeah, so man, she was throwing some chitlins in the pot.
You can't put it in the heat. That stench and the heat together.
She said they spoil too quick in the heat.
I'm walking out.
Like, goddamn.
Bro, you do everything to stay away from the house, because if you stayed in the house too long, you smell like a pig butthole. You know what I'm saying?
Straight ass.
Yeah. Everybody, and look, we country folk down here, man. So a lot of people in my family eat chitlins. You just be looking at them bitches like, damn, bro. I mean, which don't get me the line, but I have eaten chitlins because I was forced as a kid. You know, they put it on your plate, you gotta eat, and they didn't give you no choice back then. So what you do if you want to get past it, you gotta murder it with hot sauce. But if the person who's cooking the chitlins right it just tastes like any other pork meat. You know what I'm saying? They don't they clean them. You gotta clean them crazy good.
Hey, I ain't trying.
Don't do it. I don't advise it.
Don't do it.
I don't advise it to anybody. Do not eat chitlins. That shit's slave food.
You know what I said? What was it? It was Bush's chicken. Bush's, they be selling that shit?
Gizzards.
Oh, no, then it's like
Gizzards and liver.
I don't fuck with gizzards or livers, and I think I be sitting there looking at motherfuckers weird.
See that I eat gizzards.
My girl be eating them gizzards and livers. I'll be like, hell no. My nana ate that shit. I said, that's that country shit, boy.
You see, the Chinese store used to sell gizzards in New York. They used to for a minute fried gizzards. That's why we ate it from. Cause my pops used to order it all the time.
Yeah,
and then I liked it. Liver I can't do. I don't like the texture of liver at all.
My grandma tried to give me some liver once. I don't know what animal it was from.
What's that?
Is it blood pudding?
You got blood pudding and you got black pudding.
You said UK.
Or Scottish?
Well, technically it is from the UK.
Is it?
I think it's a UK situation, but
it was a Caribbean.
It's Scottish. The
Guyanese
Scottish
do black pudding. It's technically black pudding's damn. When you look it up, it's so much.
I heard of blood pudding too.
Blood pudding in the UK.
It's an English thing, but I tasted blood pudding. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not alright.
It's made with blood. Yeah. Oh no, we got a poltergeist in this bitch.
He's trying to cut our power.
But yeah, it doesn't taste. Black pudding and blood pudding don't taste the same at all.
I don't know which one I remember tasting, bro. I just didn't like either. I don't think I liked either one.
Anything that come from overseas, like as in the UK, I swear to God, somebody walked up to me right now with a plate of whatever the fuck they be eating, scallywags and stewed eels and shit. I just deck it.
Scallywags is crazy.
I was like,
scallywags? I don't know who eating scallywags, but you got it, bro.
Whatever the fuck they be eating over there, bro. I might have to piece up a motherfucker. Be like, bitch, you really hate me that much?
I know they say pork and beans, but these like scallywags is crazy.
Pork and beans.
Not pork and beans. It's with beans and toast.
Yeah, they be eating a bunch of other weird shit. Yeah, that's still a hood classic, pork and beans. But they be eating some weird shit over there. And I wonder what the fuck. Well, duh, James. They don't have Thanksgiving. That's just an American fucking American holiday. But yeah, man. What's Christmas looking like for you guys? What y'all gearing up for?
It's me.
Well, we all in the same place.
I didn't know.
We all in the same place.
I knew. Well, shit.
Christmas Eve, we going by Taz. Christmas morning, we going by Taz.
Bet. So we turning up. Yeah.
I'm off them days.
Bet.
And I'm off New Year's.
Put the speaker on. Man, our last few New Year's ain't really did much.
Nope. Last few New Year's has been quiet.
Yeah, real quiet.
We didn't do nothing.
Just sitting there looking at the ball.
Waiting for that to drop, but throughout the day we really didn't do nothing. We didn't celebrate or nothing, which is crazy.
What was the last thing? Oh, the 4th of July. We went to the downtown. I'm not doing that again.
You went downtown 4th of July?
Yeah, wasted damn time, bro.
Yeah, you might as well just chill over here off the loop and watch them pop fireworks.
That probably would have been better. Went down there. It's crowded as hell.
I don't think I'm
the whole time you get hungry, you're spending the whole time in line. When you get your food, fireworks is probably already going off. So by the time the shit's done, the second the last firework goes off, everyone clears out and goes home.
Yeah.
What we do? For the past few, we went to Jay's house, didn't we?
Yeah, we went to Jay's.
And popped off fireworks. So you should have been there. You'll be up close and personal.
Yeah, boy. Man, you don't need no invite. Just hit us up and be like, "What y'all doing?" Nigga. Yeah, you anywhere we good at, you good at, bro. Everybody fuck. If they fuck with us, they fuck with you, bro.
Nigga say you need invites. Just say what we doing for the 4th of July. Pull up. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Pull up.
Hey, we going to Jay's. Come with us. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Jay be having his whole island full of liquor and full of food. So yeah, you don't even got to bring shit really. The facts, like
and they get competitive in
beer pong always happens.
Oh, you know.
Yeah,
exactly.
Last time we went
me and
out
the wife, defending champs.
Oh, for real?
Since when?
What you mean, bro? Y'all couldn't beat us.
Oh,
man, how many? It's been like 4 years now, bro. That don't count.
We gonna have to bring something up on Christmas.
Yeah. Because you talking cash shit.
Yeah,
I don't know what you talking about,
bro.
Defending champs against who?
Whoever wanted to smoke.
All right, cool. We got more people now. This is like 4 couples in this.
Hey, that's fine. Everybody drinking but us.
Yeah.
My sister and her husband,
You gonna be
I'm
drinking.
pretty sure they
Draining.
gonna be.
No, you're not. You gonna get it.
I'm pretty sure my sister and her husband, boy, they might.
Remember, they did that shit. They did that shit on when we was by your mama house, 2020. When we stayed in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that man got the spirit of Kobe.
Hey,
He was out. He was doing his thing.
that man in the military, he definitely trained to go. It's the objective. But man, how we want to start off in this bad boy today?
Well,
you got
a
something?
game.
You got a
Playing.
game.
Well, it's not-
What's up? Run that.
I got some of this or that. You know what I mean?
What's
or
up?
that.
Let's do
start
that.
one.
Yeah, let's start that.
You know how we
Either
end it.
that, or we could do guess the.
No, guess the bars at the end.
Yeah.
You already know how that goes.
Yeah.
Guess the bars ends us off.
Yeah,
We haven't done it in how many weeks?
that's been fun.
It's been forever, bro. I could say weeks is months.
Get another year?
Bro, I don't even know when the last time I actually made the list.
It's been a minute,
I
bro.
swear it was after we were. Who was our last guest? Was it
What's that
Spiff?
last guess? I think it was Spiff.
Spiff was the last
that was
guest?
it.
And that's when
That's
that's
the
the last
last person I
time.
remember.
But damn, bro, that was
That's a
since
minute.
That's since in,
Yeah,
That's before the summer hit, bro.
That's before the summer. That's before our show.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, that was
a
we
minute
get another
Before the
year. I
first
had
show we
just
did for the
moved-
year.
Yeah, before that June show.
I just moved into this place around that time because we had two, we had Jay, we had
Yeah,
Spiff,
because
Yeah, Spiff was lit.
because that was
we
the
had Joe.
because remember we did the lineup for that show in June.
That's why. Yeah,
We
that's
did the
why
lineup and we were
whole
trying to
thing,
get everybody that wanted to come on.
which was hell in
It was
itself.
hell and back,
I
but
thought it was just gonna be easy. Yeah, everybody.
You know how it is around here. Hey
Anyway.
man, I want to shout out to before we get started, man. Old boy, I don't know if he's still going by Smokes, but Levi. I don't know how to say his last name. He's been dropping some good content on his Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's actually really good content. He had this question that he dropped talking about hip hop in West Texas. Is it dead? What's going on? And he had like a good little breakdown. It felt like a segment in like a cutout of a TV show almost, like you know, like a news show. And I was like, you know what? He got what he doing with his thing, man. And then I also seen just some more local news. I also seen that boy D-Man. He got him a feature for his country song Hennessy. He got Paul Wall on that bad boy.
really,
Yeah, he said it's gonna be dropping soon. So anyway, everybody I see doing good, I'm always shout out, man. I'm
That's
shout
what's
out,
up.
bro. 'cause
I
that
know
shit
I
was
see,
good.
and I be pronouncing dude name. Is it Javi?
Yeah,
Javi.
Javi the Prophet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I seen he did this video. I don't know if it dropped already or if it was just like a clip. I was just scrolling quick, but he did like this Christmas video, and from what I heard, this shit sound dope, bro.
yeah.
And I know what. Man, when was the last time I saw bars? Well, I think I'll be getting them kind of confused a little bit, bro.
They don't look nothing alike.
A little bit there.
They just big niggas.
crazy.
Oh Jesus,
But,
they just some big niggas, yeah.
And like, Javi the Prophet, he been doing his thing, like when it comes content wise with his music.
Yeah, he been going. I heard he been going good.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard
think
him.
who else?
I haven't tapped in with him.
Chino Paycheck been dropping music. What's her name? And Yazzie Nicole. That's basically from who I've been following in West Tech, whoever
People
pops
staying
up to.
active.
Yeah, that's who I've been seeing constantly pop up on my feed. So
Yeah.
Who was that
Yeah,
guy?
shout out to y'all.
Who?
You see, I stopped. I heard him say something. I stopped this time. I ain't.
It's not even that. I was gonna ask, but then I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna leave it.
Oh, it's just
Bro,
something
we
talking
had
about off
this long.
cam or what?
No, it was. I was talking about that video. I was gonna ask who you find out who did that song that you showed me that video for. That at Pacino's spot over there that performed, and he was
Who did the video?
who was the artist?
Bro, I don't even remember. Like,
The young dude?
Yeah, when he saw that video where old boy was dancing on stage and stuff, I was just asking who was the artist.
Oh.
I don't know who that was. It was fun to watch him, but
Yeah.
Well, anyway. All right, let's get to this. What, this or that? What's up?
So you could do with that.
Bro, let me hit this. My shit died. Golly.
yeah. So
You might hit like mental. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Motherfucker, brolic as fuck, bro. God damn.
She told me that's the best one.
Oh, yeah?
That's what old girl told me. It's cookies.
All right, got you.
yeah. So this or that's is from a minute ago. So the topic might be like
I
an
fuck
old
with
thing
it.
we already talked about anyway. All right. So your best friend lands their dream job, one you secretly wanted. You congratulate them, but feel a twist of jealousy every time they talk about it. Or you get the dream job, but your friend becomes distant and resentful, making you question whether the victory was worth it.
So what's the question? What's the this or that here? We got to choose which
it's
one we'd
like-
rather have?
Yeah. Your best friend gets
Your dream job or you get your dream job, but either way,
either way.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up.
yeah, you either resentful or he's resentful.
I'd rather, you know what, if for me, I'd rather see my nigga win and then me be a little salty because I can hold salty back. You know, I can tell myself I'm being a bitch. Like, hey, that's jealousy. If I want to move forward, I got to move forward. But to gain something and lose a friend, I wouldn't be bothered about that because if I gain something and a nigga don't fuck with me no more, then you wasn't my nigga in the first place, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, I much rather sit back and realize like there's some bitch in me, like the jealousy and shit, than to be like, I'm just not gonna fuck with that nigga no more. That nigga winning. Why am I mad at him? You know what I'm saying? That's some shit you gotta really think about, you know. But that's just me. I would much rather see my nigga win, and then I'd rather be, because at the end of the day, man, or you know what, my brain just did a little flicker. Maybe I do get what I need and a fuck nigga disappears. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm leaning more toward.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I'm listening to you and saying congratulations to you, but hell no, bro. I gotta think about me sometimes, bro.
Well, yeah, but see, man, you know, sometimes, but it's real. I feel like it's more real life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but realistically, to me personally, is this: if it's something that I've been working my ass off for, and I got the opportunity to take it, yo, I'm gonna take it. You know what I mean? Especially if it's my dream job. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it. That's would be like for you, if you actually blow up in the artistry and you see a friend do it and you've been working your ass off, you know what I mean? Wouldn't you not take that opportunity if it was So that's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying more of the like, let's say it's just an opportunity that wasn't available to you, and one of your niggas get it, right? And you sitting there being like, damn, why wasn't it me? At least I think in the back of your head, because me as the type of nigga I am, I might be ask myself that, like, I may feel some type of way, but I ain't gonna stop fucking with the nigga. I'm gonna be around the nigga still, and I might be, you know, I ain't gonna be on no hoe shit. But then but the same thing, if I'm around the nigga and I know he done got, and I feel that, I'm also be like, nah, Archie, something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Why you hating? You know what I'm saying? You got some real something going. To me, it's a win-win situation because I learned some bullshit about myself, or I lose a fuck nigga that's a friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got an opportunity to grow and become a better person, or I just lose a fuck friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which also helps me grow and become a better person. You know.
I'm still.
I mean, I agree.
It's nuanced. Nuanced, that word that people
It's
like
just
to use
like
nowadays.
whatever happens.
What is it? 6, 7. Nah, but to me personally, if I get my opportunity, I'm gonna take it. Like, you know what I mean? Me personally, I'm not the type of person to resent nobody. So when it comes down to it, if it's yours, it's meant for you. All right, cool, congratulations, brody. Like, I'm happy for you. But in this situation, if I got the opportunity, I'm taking it, bro.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
taking it.
I don't have.
If you gotta be jealous after I take the opportunity, bro, then bro, we got what's going on here, bro?
I think you got to look at it in a different way too, though, because like, just think about it. Two niggas, y'all both working for the same shit, and one nigga get it, right? Whoever, which one you is, you the nigga that get it or you nigga that not gonna get it. You gonna feel something off rip. If there was y'all working for them and one of them choose and you like, oh, like on some rival shit, like just take it to the anime reference, right?
Yeah, like Pokemon.
You know what I'm saying? And they're like, well, you just
Ash
didn't
and
make the cut, but we see the potential in you, and then you gonna be like, what the fuck? I know I put my all in that shit. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna walk around. For me, I would still be like, God damn, I was working hard for that shit too. Know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying you're not gonna feel a type of way.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying
cut
that.
off the person
but,
that,
like
you know,
that's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's one day I'm not gonna act funny about it. I will still congratulate. I will feel a type of way because like damn, like you said.
But you're gonna keep it on the inside.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna show you, but I'm gonna feel
shit.
or even if I do as a brody, I'm gonna say I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Shit, that shit staying a little bit.
Yeah, but, have a conversation at least.
But you my bro, I'm glad you got it. But if the opportunity was for me, then I'm gonna take it. Like that's what I'm saying. But if homeboy don't do the same thing, then I'm gonna look at you like, what the fuck?
100%.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't act the same way.
If I was the nigga that got chose, I'm sorry, bruh. That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, the opportunity's gonna fall wherever. But at the same time, like I think because if I'm remembering the way you worded that right, there's because you ain't the nigga you walking around with a little bit of resentment, but you ain't cut the nigga off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
you're just questioning.
You questioning shit that which is.
But you're questioning if you getting the
fucked up part
is
worth losing the friend.
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying.
See, in that situation, it's not worth losing a friend. But once again, the hard truth about this is real shit. Is it worth it? No, it's not. But the reality of the situation is you still gonna look at homeboy like, damn, bro, you kind of got this. If me, you've been brodies and we've been grinding out for the same position no matter what, but we already know one of us is gonna get it. Mm-hmm. You feel me? We already know that one of us is gonna get it. So either way you put it, one of us is about to feel like, damn.
And it's every time y'all come around each other, you just feel some type of jealousy from him, like he don't move the same.
But see, that's to me, yeah. If it's a fuck nigga, cut a fuck nigga off. You get what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Because if you look, and maybe I heard it wrong in the first way, period. Because like I said, let's say I'm gonna put it like this is kind of how I heard it, right? I'm gonna put it like this: a nigga, me and my nigga, we up for the same shit, right? Kind of like I was just saying, he get picked. I'm not mad that he got picked. I'm really more mad that I didn't get picked. You get what I'm saying? It's not really about him. And yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way, but I'd rather if a nigga was gonna win and it wasn't me, I'd rather be my nigga that wins. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather it be me or my nigga that win and not one of these other niggas. You get what I'm saying? So I much rather see my nigga win and then I gotta deal with what I got going on and then come to that nigga and maybe even have, like you said, have a conversation like, look, bro, I ain't gonna lie, since you got this job or since you got this, that, and the third, I've been feeling some type of way. And then if the conversation comes down to, well, nigga, I'm doing me and my bad, you feel that way, you need to move the fuck around. I bet, you know what I'm saying? But at least I was a real nigga. I told you, like, hey, look, I'm feeling some type of way. But on the flip side of that, I think if, like you said, if it's a close friend of mine, he ain't gonna be on he ain't really gonna be on the whole shit. Like
he'll be on the same time.
Even if he got a little bit of like, you know what I'm saying, like, damn, it hurts a little bit, but the nigga gonna still be there because he know you. Any nigga of mine know I'm taking him wherever the fuck I go. You know what I'm saying? And I hope any of my niggas is like that. You get what I'm saying? But so it really wouldn't even be nothing.
And if he allowed that to cut everything that we had for like years, bro, then really and truly you start questioning him like, yo, was you really my friend? Really? Yeah. Bro? Was you really Brody or not?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? But I stick with number 2.
Yeah.
Me, it's nuance. I don't know. That one's a little.
He's indecisive.
Yeah, I feel like it's more of a nuance. I'm thinking deep as fuck right now.
I know you are.
But that part of my brain.
So you got to choose. He's like, I can't choose.
Well, look, and the only reason I'm saying that, and I'll move on after this, is because, like, realistically, niggas be moving weird some days. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying, like, I just, in a realistic world, there is probably 2 niggas right now gunning for the same chick. And this chick about to choose one nigga gonna feel upset about it, and nigga like, you know, like in real life shit go down like that. And some niggas
That's
gotta
true.
move in some type of ways, because you can be best friends and y'all can be like, yeah, you see her, yeah, yeah, man, whoever get her first, you know what I'm saying, blah blah blah, good. But some niggas still gonna be upset about it, and you know, so like I said, it's because humans is weird, nigga. Humans is just weird.
I like that explanation because I'm gonna give you this one.
Uh-oh.
I had another one, but you know I'm gonna just skip it and
He
we're gonna
said,
go to
let's
this
go to
one
the
right
next
here.
one. All right, let me actually listen to this.
He said,
All right. You start liking someone only to discover they've fallen for your best friend instead, or you get into a new relationship, but your ex immediately starts dating your best friend.
wow.
So you're in a new relationship, like you
So
already in the relationship.
The first one is you start liking someone, only to discover that person is already falling for your best friend.
Okay,
And the next one is you and
You get into a new relationship,
but
and your ex goes to your best friend the second y'all done dating.
I don't think. So
Hey, pick either.
no. Which one would I rather have?
Yeah.
If
If I'm in a new relationship, I don't give a fuck what my ex doing. God damn, if we ain't got no kids together,
the
then
thing
fuck
is,
that.
he said immediately after you broke up, they start dating your
So
best friend.
put it like this: you've been in a long-term relationship with this person. Let's give it 5 years.
Okay.
As soon as y'all break up, she runs to your best friend of 10 plus years,
and they
start
start
dating.
immediately.
The second y'all say, you know what, I think we should go our separate ways. As soon as you hang up that phone, she hits up your best friend. Yo, let's make something happen.
That's a bunch of snakes in the grass, though, bro.
No, nigga. Look, for me, nigga. I guess it's the way I grew up around here, nigga. Because we was different. We was a little different, man. Because we didn't find I messed with some chicks that my homeboy. Matter of fact, there was a girl that I dated for at least 2 years. When me and her broke off, we didn't break off on bad terms. We was cool. She went and dated the homie, and to be honest, it wasn't even her that I didn't give a fuck. She didn't give a fuck. It was the homie that was on some weird timing. You get what I'm saying? So like me, say the first one again, because I think that one sounds a little more fucked up. Because to be honest,
If you're dating somebody and she goes to you,
the first one
is you like somebody,
you just liking someone,
and then
but that person you like
end up liking your best
that
friend.
likes your best friend.
see, and that's to me. I guess with me, neither one of these really
It don't
are that
correlate for
deep.
me either way.
Because like, if a girl's, I just like her and she dating my homie, well, Pete, I don't fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? But and on the other end, if a girl that I'm fucking with start fucking with one of my homeboys after we break up, immediately I don't give a fuck. Go. That's between them and them. I got a new girl, right? It says I'm in a new relationship, right? So yeah, why am I worried about that? Oh, I'm not worried about it. I'm definitely not. Like, matter of fact, I hope
I
he
know
do
where that
her
goes,
like I
though.
know he gonna do it. Matter of fact, I hope
I
he
know
dog
what
her
that
out
is.
like
That's that bro code type situation.
bro.
Yeah,
fuck.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just
Speak your
saying.
mind, bro.
I'm just saying. It's that bro code situation.
Look, all right, let me put it like this. Real niggas, man. I don't give a fuck. I done share. Let me be careful what I say on this camera.
Yeah, I'm about to say they about to clip this bitch.
I done shared,
like, yeah.
I done did stuff with homeboys that, you know, we know what we done did. Bro, to me, man, you know when if it's that one, then it's that one. So if we break up and we really serious, and my homeboy Snake, like it has to be a girl I done proposed to before I even start tripping. Like if it's a girl that I was messing around with for 5 years, we was dating or whatever, we called it cool. But I done moved on. Why am I tripping on this? Why am I tripping on that? My homeboy can have whatever he want. He a grown ass man.
True.
The only way it would be bro code to me is if like nigga, you been slow creeping in between while we was talking. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what that means though, because if you think of it,
It said shorty go. It say shorty go though. You know what I'm saying?
shorty go to your shorty and your best friend start dating as soon after y'all broke up. So technically speaking, something had to be talking there in between that, because
it's a little open ended though. Because what if not? What if the whole time? Because low key, you and her don't work out because maybe she realized she didn't like you like that, but she really fuck with your homeboy. All right, if you fuck with that nigga, go fuck with that nigga. You get what I'm saying?
Or
I don't care about that shit.
Or the fucked up versions that they've been talking while y'all been dating.
Well, see,
or the even more fucked up version, she never liked you and just was using you to get to the best friend because she couldn't do it on her own.
Well, you let me clap cheeks to get to my bro. What type of messed up situation is that?
Hey man, you said nuance. There's a lot of shit going on, bro.
If women are actually out here letting niggas clap cheeks just so they can get to their homie. Yeah, you for the squad. You're not. Yeah, I had her. He had her. The other nigga had her. We all done had her. What does it matter? Yeah, like it don't even matter. I don't care. Like what? I guess for me, what I'm getting at here is like, bro, I ain't. At the end of the day, bro code to me is I'ma choose my bros over some chick. Definitely if the chick she hopping. You know what I'm saying? My bro. Me and that nigga done been through some stuff together. Why am I worried about what this girl doing? This girl ain't doing nothing but causing chaos. And that's exactly where I'm at with it. I don't care how long or what we had together. My bro is my bro. I'm not falling out with my bro over no coochie. That's just the end of the day. That's sucker nigga shit. You get what I'm saying?
No, I get you.
Yeah, that's just the way I was raised.
We ain't saying nothing. You just play devil advocate on the thing. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
I don't like neither one of them.
Yeah, to be honest,
it's both.
I don't like neither one of them, to be honest, because
weird shit.
To me personally, if I'm talking to shorty,
there's one you didn't even get the girl yet. The other
she
one
goes to my friend. I really don't care, because if I was talking to her and then she goes there like, all right, cool, I guess he went through. Like, what the hell you want me to do about it? You want me? I can't believe you got my nigga. She wasn't even mine, so I don't care. And then the second point of it is the same thing. Like I always said that from before. Like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm in a new relationship. I can't be fixated on what you doing. You feel me? And at the end of the day, if I wasn't meant for you, I wasn't meant for you. Like, what do you want me to do about it? You want me to be mad? Like, yo, you fucking with my girl, with my ex? Like, nah, bro. Like, I really don't care. Like, at that point, if y'all were meant to be, y'all were meant to be. Like, what you want me to do? I'm happy here.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said,
as I said, neither one of them is.
The only way I would trip is if we had kids. That's the only way I would trip. Like, nigga, that's my baby mama. Nigga,
yeah, that's tripping.
That's another level now.
That's another level. That's the only way I'm tripping on my homeboy getting with somebody. I mean,
and I ain't gonna lie. For me being mad at my ex-wife, I'm not. That one there, I will look at you weird.
Yeah, if we was married,
the mother of my child or that's my ex-wife, then I will look at you like, bro, nah, nigga, that's you should have known that. Yeah, if it's dating wise, yeah, bro.
What was it? 6 Oh boy, but nah, for real. Those right there, that's when bro gets whipped on his head right there. Bro, I was married to this chick and you cracking her, bro.
You was in my wedding.
Yeah, hell, bro. So you just been sitting here rubbing your hands together like,
nah, bro.
You know what? I'm gonna pause that for a second. Because that this TV show I'm watching called Homeland, right? Something like that happened. Let me ask you.
I thought he was gonna say this actually happened as well.
No. This is a TV show.
He about to confess now.
So look. Homeland, this crazy TV show. Bro go overseas and he's pretty much considered dead, but he's actually a prisoner of war for 8 years. Mm-hmm. He comes back home.
Is that with dude who plays Spider? What's his name? Tobey Maguire?
Nah.
No. All right, that's something else.
Well, that's the other movie. I know what you're talking with his brother.
It sounds the same. Yeah, with his brother.
Yeah.
Dude come back home, and his wife, who's been, this nigga been presumed dead for 8 years, but he was alive. His wife and his best friend are fucking. He's been the best friend been taking care of his kids and all that. And they've been playing house for, as a matter of fact, they've been playing house for the last 3 years of the 8 years. How would you feel coming back home like that?
The thing is, you'd be pissed, but when you actually sit down and think about it, it's like it wasn't immediate.
So Here's my question: Do you don't know you've been presumed dead? It's just the world knows you've been presumed.
Yeah, you know you were prison. You locked in the
I
cage
feel
somewhere.
it'll be a lot of rage at first, but I think once you figure out that everybody thought you, because there's a process to,
They never found a body. They just said
they just said you dead.
You dead. No, we can't find your body.
Yeah, once you find out that everybody thinks you've been dead, then it's like you gotta kind of understand.
No.
For 8 years, bro?
I don't give a damn. That's my best friend. I don't care. Like we just said, Brody, at the end of the day, that's my wife. And if that's the same thing, if that's the mother's my kid, I don't care. You could be uncle, but no, the fuck out of here, bro.
You know what? I just thought about something, because for real, it's like y'all waited until a nigga died to fuck around.
No.
Y'all really low key could have.
Because at the end of the day,
I just move on, bro.
huh? At that point, yeah, you're gonna move on. But but my whole thing about it, that initial situation, it would still piss me the fuck off in the sense like, yo, if I found out I was presumed dead or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna think of it the same way. So literally speaking, now after death, this is when y'all decide to do this? No, bro. I'm sorry, no.
I do kind of low key agree with Dylan though on some level, because they thought a nigga was dead. You know what I'm saying? And they were trying, and you know what happens most of the time, right? When people die,
Comfort
two
each
people
other.
come together because they both. If it was my best friend and he cared about me like I was his brother, and that's my wife, you know what I'm saying? She obviously loved me. We got kids together. They're the only two people who really ever knew me, and they find a connection over me. You get what I'm saying?
What happens next?
If they think I'm dead,
the three, I gotta sit down and
yeah,
basically the wife, it's up to the wife now.
I would the one thing I would respect is the truth, right?
It's like you gotta ask her how she feeling, like who she want.
Yeah, I
like
would.
you back, but
That whole thing will never be the same.
Exactly. It won't.
That whole thing will never
That's
be the
what I'm
same.
saying. You would just
best friends.
You can't be
You would
best
just
friends
have to
no more.
move on. Start a new life, bro.
Start a new life. You're gonna be different anyway.
You're pretty gonna start a new life, no matter
That's
what
what
you
I'm saying.
think. You're gonna
The
start a
only
new
option
life.
is through, but you could
at the
just-
end of the day, it's gonna be that initial situation where the fact of the matter is, because you don't know. You feel me? That's the whole thing. You don't know that literally the outside world thinks that you're dead. Because at the end of the day, they don't know you got captured. Nobody found the body, whatever the case may be. You come home, find your best friend clapping your wife,
Yeah, we throwing
or
hands
whatever
right
the
there.
case may be. It's gonna be that what the fuck moment. Like at the end of the day, it's gonna be that
And
initial.
you know
like,
what?
yo, what the hell?
I will say, it took a minute. It took like 4 or 5 episodes, but they ended up squabbling. It was at like a death over another soldier's in their platoon's funeral, right? And they were sitting there talking shit with all their other, all the other people in their crew, and then one nigga got a little too drunk and said some shit. So the best friend hit him, and then and so the husband that was gone for 8 years, he grabbed the best friend and just started decking him, and everybody knew what it was about. Because the shit that old boy who was drunk said, he was saying, yeah, you just been laid up with old boy's wife, blah, blah, blah. That's fucked up. That's supposed to be your best friend type shit. And that's why old boy hit him. And old boy came and bah. But see,
I tell you,
I think you gotta throw hands. You gotta
It's
throw
gonna be
hands.
automatic, bro.
You a bitch ass nigga, what?
It's an automatic situation.
You didn't even fly over there and try to find my bitch
Yeah,
ass
you
nigga.
didn't even see a body.
You was still in the army. Matter of fact, you done rose and you working at the Pentagon. And how hard were y'all really looking for a nigga? Yeah, I did. You say, now you laid up with my wife.
Word.
That makes it worse.
Yeah.
You had that, that makes it worse.
Yeah, bro. It would be crazy. Yeah, I don't know. It is nuanced, but
yeah, bro.
you still have to see a nigga, bro. I'm
Yeah,
putting
bro.
all the 8 years of torture and anger I've been dealing with.
Yeah, I don't
You
care
fist
where
to
we
catch
at.
all
Every
that
time
shit.
we see each other, throw the hands. Bro.
Yeah, because now I done got back, and not only did I lose everything, I also lost my family to you. Boy, I done lost my identity. Niggas think I'm dead. Now I come back home, the world want me to move on like nothing happened. And nigga, you done took my place? Yeah, there would be some smoke. But then also at the same time,
after a while, you're just gonna.
yeah, I would sit down and be like, look, you happy with him, you happy with me, let's move the fuck on. Because acceptance is a motherfucker, man. To me, I think that's it sucks sometimes, but acceptance, learning how to accept things for what they are,
but it's gonna be a while.
keeps you out of a lot of bullshit, bro.
No, that's true, but reality of it is it's gonna take a while because at the end of the day,
It's gonna take forever.
it's gonna
How the
take
kids gonna treat you.
because you're gonna have to sit down there and even when you move on, you're gonna have to sit down there and when you have to come and visit your kids, you're gonna see the same shit.
Yeah.
It's just gonna bring up that whole situation at
And
the
you
fact
know
of the
it fucks
matter
with the kids. Yeah,
because
it fucks
now
with
with
them.
them on their end of it is like they thought their dad was dead. And then now you're here, it's like, what the fuck? And then now you seeing this happening, it's like, what is really happening there?
Yeah, so you used to calling this guy Uncle Carlos, and now he daddy. You know what I'm saying? You're like, whoa. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, yeah, bro, like, I don't know. I think that's a crazy ass thought process. I don't know. I don't even know.
That is a wild one.
Because part of me wants to be mature, and I want to say all the right shit, but another part of me is like, nah, I might straight headbutt a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, speak from reality. You really know you want to put a nigga like there's no way. Because that's the first thing you going home, you realize you got
gonna react
free
before you think of anything. So.
Because when you get free, you're like, okay, I get to finally see my family after 8 years, and this the shit I walk in. No.
Yeah. What's the other one you got?
Last
Damn,
one.
that.
Hey,
I know
this
you had
actually sparked some good conversation, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
Let me hit this one more time.
I think I can relate to this one.
Bet that.
You forget the lyrics during a live show.
If you forget,
You forget the lyrics during a live show.
Or what?
Or the mic cuts out mid-performance at a huge festival.
and it's what?
The mic cuts out at a
Yeah, live.
mid-performance at a huge festival.
Damn.
I'd much rather the mic cut out. I've already experienced that shit don't feel good. That shit, I really because
South by Southwest.
if the mic cut
Mic
out,
just
at
gone.
least I could go acapella, no mic. I can stand at the edge of the stage, and they can still see my lips moving. But a nigga being up there just frozen, like yeah, nigga, that's way worse.
If you got backtrack, is this backtrack playing?
Yeah, I'm lip syncing like a motherfucker. Yeah, I'm the mic went out. Yeah, bro. I much rather the mic go
Number
out.
2, yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather there be a technique because then I can blame it on him.
Yeah, you on tech shit.
Even if I forget my lines in the middle of the shit going out,
It's their fault.
Yeah, it's their fault.
It's the reason.
If my brain got all fucked up, yeah. But a nigga live mic, just straight instrumental, just playing, and you sitting there like, yeah, that shit's embarrassing. I swear that is the worst experience I've had on stage, bro. I felt like, as a man, as a grown man, I ain't gonna lie, because it's, you know, I love this shit. I felt like shit afterward. I felt like, oh my God, maybe I don't need to be rapping. You know what I'm saying? I feel stupid, but you know what?
The questions are going through your head like, God damn.
But you know what I respected though, man? There was a bunch of niggas that came out there, a bunch of my homies that came out there and made sure, like, nigga, shit happens. You know?
Facts.
Shout out to all y'all niggas that was outside that night.
That's a fact. But since we're on the music, artist appreciation, I want to ask y'all, is there an artist that y'all have listened to like over time, but then later on like really appreciate their music, like later on when you really, like, how can I put it? It's either they're not the most popping artist they was at one point but not popping now, but then when you start listening back to their music and stuff, like, it's like, damn, bro, like
I missed out.
or it's like, just damn, like this shit was really, that was really it.
I wouldn't say they wasn't popping, but it was between AZ and Jadakiss. Because growing up, I wasn't really that tuned in with hip hop, but like listening to their music, like for the past few years, like I feel I missed out on a lot.
I'm trying to think, like, if I can say anyone that I like kind of just was like, you know what, to be honest, it's happening now, is Chance. when I listened to that Chance album after I you know, me and AJ had that talk. Me and Taz, I'm using this man's government initials.
I know he been using the last two. I was like, goddamn.
My bad.
So right.
Yeah, they still don't know what it stands for.
Facts.
Armed jujitsu. Anyway, you know what? I sat back because you know what? You weren't the only one. Jay also was like, bro, like he was like, man, this stuff is so. To be honest, I haven't went back and listened to all, but the last album he dropped made me realize like, oh, I can see why people like this dude.
Yeah,
and that's him and Tyler, the creator. I used to couldn't stick, boy. Like I just felt like I hated that troll shit that when Tyler first came out. I felt like we stood on two opposite sides of like, if there was a magnet, we were both on the opposite sides of that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he was famous, and I wasn't, but I still like. I can tell if I was famous too, I would hate this nigga. But as I've progressed and I've grown and he's grown, I really
appreciate it.
Tyler, I feel like he's different, you know, and his difference is what makes him shine like he does. You know, and the older he gets, the more he realizes more about like the stuff that even the stuff he said about his fans not too recently. He's like, man, I came into the game on a bunch of troll stuff and I kind of brought in a bunch of people who weren't really for the culture. And now that he's getting older, like he's starting to really want to be a part of what the culture is, and you know, and I really appreciate that about Tyler the Creator, and that's something you wouldn't have heard from me 12 years ago. At all, period. Yeah.
See, for me, was T-Pain. Like here recently, I've been like, especially after he did Club Husband, and then what he's been doing with his brand, because like learning that he's been blackballed and all that type of stuff or whatever for years, and it's like the nuance of it is that he really ushered in what everybody's been using was auto-tune, and the man could sing, but he just made himself different to stand out from the rest. He made himself different, and then how he is like musically, like I've been tapping in with him a lot more, like how he's been doing his process just musically creating, especially on using Twitch and showing people he's been creating. It just appreciated a lot more, like damn bro, like this man is literally sitting up there writing lyrics in front of everybody, and he's putting the beat together. He's just doing everything to get like right there, and you're like damn bro, this man is really in tune with music. Like he knows what he wants to hear. He knows how even when he's singing something and he doesn't hit the note, it's like, nah, that's not it. Boom, he's going back again. No, I'm almost there. Boom, like, oh, I can hear it. I gotta go up. I gotta go. So for me, it showed me like, damn, bro, this man put in a lot of work for what we've heard. For no matter if it's like a 3-minute song, but you hear when you see the process, the behind the scenes of the situation. He goes like, bro, it really shows you a different appreciation for an artist, and that's why I said for me was T-Pain. I was like, god damn, it made me tap in with him a lot more. And I've heard a lot of songs that I've really, for a while, because of how it is, like if you don't hear it, you don't look for it or whatever. But after a while, I start hearing songs that I've already came out of how creative he is when he makes these songs. Like he had a whole song that had when you watch the video, it was literally I forget. I'm bad with names of shit, but the whole premise of the song was literally him coming home. Shorty was there, killed him, and they trying to cover the body or whatever the case may be. And then really the person that helps her cover the body was one of his homeboys that was there, and it's a whole trip shit. I was like, damn, bro, but you're intrigued by just the music video alone, and then you listen to the song. So I was like, yo, I fucks with it, bro. I fucks with it. So for me, it was T-Pain.
Yeah, I can understand that. I remember when T-Pain first dropped, man, that I liked his music, but I noticed people hated him. And then even Jay-Z with the death of auto-tune and all that, like, people really hated that the industry was changing, the sound was changing, and it really showed, you know what I mean? So T-Pain been pretty much tucked off to the edge for a long time. He just so happened to fall in with Khaled and all them, you know, where people actually respected in him for whatever. I don't know what happened over the years, You know what I'm saying? But
he explained it even on Drink Champs. He explained it with the whole Future and Khaled, and I guess they had a beef with the Bugatti, and I think they made a post like pretty much sitting on his Bugatti, like it was
that was T-Pain's Bugatti,
and he came and he said he's like, yo, this shit is mine, but nobody's giving him credit for it, and he said, shut this bitch down. He said, shut it down. He's like, yo, this is my shit. Shut it down. He's like, this is my shit. Like, y'all ain't gonna at least credit me for something. Like, yo, this is my shit. And then him and Khaled hasn't been, cool ever since. And, he's been on his own shit. Like, even on that last interview, he already said it. He's like, the one thing I've learned in the industry, niggas say they bros and they really ain't your bros. He's like, they ain't no bros in this shit. It's by yourself. Like, people will claim it until shit goes left, and then all of a sudden, them same bros ain't there.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the one thing that I think for sure on that point that I believe on the Joe Budden podcast is they say, man, these people be doing music together. They don't like each other. They don't really fuck with each other, man. They just doing it because, they know it's gonna gain them some clout somewhere in some area. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's tough. Music, definitely the music industry is shady on that type of level. Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah,
it's a dog eat dog world, bro.
I mean, you don't gotta record in the same studio no more.
Especially now.
You record your piece, send the file somewhere else, get it back. Song done.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask y'all. Because I know, if I'm remembering correctly, you kind of had more experience growing up listening to hip hop and stuff, right? As a kind of
Yeah, because like I said, it started with Eminem, Luda, Tech, and I just like randomly hit other artists along the way. It's not like I remember I was like deep into it or anything like
what
that.
What age was it when you found all that? Like in your mid-teens? Early teens?
It's early teens, yeah.
Okay, so you had a little more experience with hip hop. So, it was really more. When did you really start locking in with hip hop? I know you say the Jeezy,
like I said,
the Jeezy mixtape was one of the first, right?
Yeah, Jeezy Snowman album was the first album I bought. I've dabbled with hip hop because, of course, you have 50 Cent, of course, Outkast, and all them. Like, I've dabbled here and there because I never bought. Jeezy was the first album I've listened to. Everybody else was just singles or was hot at that moment. Until, literally speaking, really tapping into hip hop music was literally these recent years. Like, literally sitting down, listening to albums, listening to lyrics and whatever. Because that for a minute there, it was just the beat that caught me. You know what I mean? Besides that, I had my T.I. era.
Everybody had it.
I had my T.I. era where I was listening to nothing but T.I., of course. And who else? I had a little bit of an Eminem era where I was listening to nothing but M, especially earlier. Before I even got into rapping, was listening to, what was it? Kamikaze was one of his albums I listened to fully. Music to Be Murdered By, and stuff like that. So these recent years, these past few years, is when I really start deep diving. I'm asking that because definitely on the topic of appreciation, like when you go from not, because me, the first songs I really remember growing up, besides "Do You Believe in Love" by Cher, is I was hearing hip hop music or I was hearing gospel music, right? Mm-hmm. So, and see, for me was R&B because my sisters, I had sisters, so they played heavy R&B.
Also R&B,
mm-hmm.
right? So what I'm asking is, now that y'all have gotten not just a regular standard understanding of hip hop, now that you're on this other side of hip hop where you actually actively seek out music, does it give a new appreciation and understanding that? Because obviously I know it does, but I'm wanting y'all to expound a little bit because there's so many young folk out there at this, like, they don't know much about hip hop, and they say all these crazy things about lyricism and this and that, and then but coming from people who didn't really, they kind of grew up finding hip hop a little bit later and then falling in love with it. How does the appreciation develop and you know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. I hope I'm not sounding like
to me, how can I put it? To me, it makes me appreciate it more because it makes you go back. Like when it came down to me, it made me go back and listen to a lot of artists' projects a lot more. Like when it comes down to it, I always like to say certain things. Like I always said, I never knew certain artists was artists. Like I said, Ice-T, I never knew Ice-T was an artist. I always knew his name as an actor until you realize like, oh shit, this man was actually spitting. You know what I mean? He actually had albums. So for me, it made me go back and listen to a lot of great tracks. Like I have no shame in my game. Like 2 years ago is when I actually listened to full out both Biggie albums. You know what I mean? Life After Death and
Ready to Die. And then after that, even the Chronic I listened to 2 years ago. What was Snoop Dogg's first album?
Doggy Style. I listened to that, so it makes me appreciate it more. And then after that, because of how I write, I was listening to Nas heavy. You know what I mean? So I went through from the ether and all that. Like I went through the whole Nas's catalog, and so it makes me tap in a lot more, appreciates what they're saying, listen to what they're saying, what stories they talking about, and whatever the case may be. And you see how creatively they've got, you know what I mean, just based off of, even if the stories is not theirs per se or whatever the case may be, but they know how to take a story and make that creative, you know what I mean. And it just makes you expound into music in a deeper level, besides just listening to the beat, or you just know somebody, oh, this shit sounds nice because everybody said it. You know what I mean? It just makes you go into more depth, like, oh, let's see what else he did. Let me hear what he's talking about. Let me hear what he's really, what this project was. Why does everybody like this project? Why they don't like this project? I might have a different opinion than me personally. A lot of the times, a lot of music that I appreciate, some people might say, oh, that album was not nice, or because I heard that with Kamikaze or Eminem, oh, it was all right, like it wasn't his best. And I always, after a while, you learn that, like for M, he would make a bad album and then all of a sudden come up with something straight fire. But to me, I look at it as there's a lot of songs in there that I always felt like, yo, you sleeping on this song.
Yeah.
Like to me, one of my off of that was Rivers with him and Ed Sheeran. I really fucked with that song. You feel me? So it's like, that's how I've grown when it came down to a lot of these artists. You just go back and start tapping into their older stuff and you go like, damn, bro, they really grind it out. You just have to pay attention to what they're talking about and see where their mindset is at. And then it helps me out as an artist after that. You feel me? Yeah. Where to go with shit. It gives me that direction of, okay, cool, I could get very creative with it. You know what I mean? Besides having to have a restriction for myself.
Yeah. What about you, D? How's your growth in hip hop and helped your appreciation for the craft of it all?
Well, at first it was just, you know, whatever was hot there, whatever everybody else was listening to. You know, you hear stuff at parties. And, you know, those times we was burning CDs, so you just try to get the name of the song.
Yeah! Fucked up a couple of PCs.
Facts. Viruses like crazy.
Boy, that was the whole era, boy.
Just, you know, listening to what's hot and what other people recommend, and then, you know, you find your taste of music because, you know, either the beat catches you and you like that sound. And then when you start to really listen to, you know, that artist, how the way they flow and how they say things, that starts to, you know, catch your attention. And after a while, I like hearing the stories certain artists were telling. So then I look for those artists that were storytellers. And that kind of been my lane for a little bit. And then there's just other artists that they don't really tell a story, but the way they flow, like, I probably say Jadakiss I like his flow out of every artist that I've ever listened to.
That's your favorite rapper?
Yeah, Jada.
Hey, that's a solid favorite rapper, bro. That makes
like any song he made, I could listen to it and just.
That's a lyrical monster.
He really is.
Hey, I think that's the first time I ever heard him say who his favorite rapper was.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like be thinking about like, oh, this is my favorite and things like that. Like, it's just like if I like somebody, like the way they make music, I
stick with it.
Yeah. Respectful. No, for real. Yeah, no, I think that's vital and important to hear because, you know, definitely in today's era where people don't really appreciate music for just being music anymore.
And you can see, because coming down here, like I realized I didn't listen to Southern music like that.
Yeah.
And going back to like when you talked about who was it, Trade the Truth and Zero, started listening to them, and even listening to like I guess more modern artists, like I told you about Wacotron. Mm-hmm. You could hear the Southern sound in most artists from back in the day to now. There's a certain sound
where they come from,
and you can still hear it.
Yeah, now see that's dope. See, man, D got a good ear, man, good ear for music. Cause I always noticed, right? Cause the man just sings tracks. He'll sing. You be like, who is this guy? Yeah. He over there digging through the crates. Yeah, he really searching. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you know. You know, I mean, but for real, like I said, I think it's important because today's climate, everybody's opinions about, let's say even like people who love lyrical music, they have their stance, and then you got the youngsters who are just kind of just like, all I want to hear is the vibes. Like we've talked about that ad nauseum, right? And it's gotten to a point where now it's just straight up like smear campaign on hip hop, like lyrical hip hop. And I'll say this started years ago, 2016 and to now, right? There's been this real push to like make lyricism seem like it's doing the most, and in today's era, we're going into this stuff called coworker music. And I like what you said earlier when we were setting up. You were like, man, to be honest, I don't really care. People like what they like, right?
Yeah.
I 100% believe the same thing, but it's getting to a point where the next generation is growing up with terms like this. When they get on the internet, they see this, they see what influencers are saying, and they're calling it this. They all follow the thing that's cool, right? Mm-hmm. So if you can throttle lyricism into the ground and take it out of hip hop by just ethering it, by roasting it to death, right? Basically, I feel like that's a problem. And at the end of the day, people using the terms coworker music and burger music on certain artists and certain forms of lyricism is getting a little out of hand. Now, coworker music is a term that basically developed out of the term NPC music, basically, right? NPC music is basically the shit that you hear when you walking into the mall.
Store, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You hear Britney Spears, you hear Will Smith. Nowadays, you hear Drake, you hear Maroon 5. You know, all that shit. This shit that's the corporate people can use inside their places that still got that modern
like
edge to it.
Like it's safe, yeah.
Yeah, but it's safe. You know what I'm saying? Coworker music has developed also into this thing. The term coworker music is also kind of developed into this other thing called burger music. It's not all the way mainstream. The term burger music isn't mainstream, but it is working its way that way. Now, my problem nowadays is kind of like, I was in a comment section of this guy, Sony Baby's video, and this is the whole reason why this topic even came up. Is because I was sitting there, he was talking about coworker music, this, that, and that, and all this. But the reason why this topic, I wanted to bring it up, is because I sat there, and this, again, this is my opinion, it doesn't matter. Y'all can believe whatever y'all want to believe, but as a fan of music and hip hop and the history of hip hop and all that, I think it's important that we have this conversation. I see this kid. I don't know how old it is. It's got an anonymous profile, right? But I can tell it's a kid. This motherfucker says, yeah, this is the reason why I don't listen to J. Cole and Kendrick. They complain a lot in their music. All I want to do is hear a good time. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
But go ahead.
Basically, I was just a little lost in words because I'm like, you obviously aren't listening to the music. You know what I'm saying? You obviously aren't paying attention to what the culture is providing you. You're only paying attention to whatever the trend is, and that's kind of where I started with this. Where my mindset started. I know. Me and Taz, we've been kind of avoiding talking about this shit all day so we can talk about this shit on the pod. But, man, yeah, take the reins, my brother.
For me personally, listening to Sony Baby and finding the definition of coworker, like you said, coworker music is really what you hear in the stores. Then it gets the levels of it where it gets into this where it's more of a clickbaity situation where a lot of the times the music turn into like meme situation where they can use this as memes or whatever. It gets what they call cringy because it's not really music that you could, like how we solidified it in the sense of, oh, we could perform this or whatever. Not saying that they're not, but it's one of them things where it's like, why did you make it? Like there's no substance behind this shit. Really, because in the beginning of it, like I said, it starts off as safe. One day, the video that we watch, when the levels to it is one of them that's more safe, more corporate. And when you listen to this music, is one of them things where it's like, okay, cool, whatever. But when you listen to the other half, is where they move the goalposts, where the fact that this is just music that they use in coworker music to something that they don't like. So to me personally, I'm looking at this that technically speaking, every music is coworker music. Because in the hands of us or anybody else, we could look at artists like Travis Scott and call that coworker music because I don't like it. It's not my cup of tea. Because based off of what Sony Baby is stating, you're telling me that literally speaking, because J. Cole and Kendrick and like Jid and all these guys, when they spit, you're telling me that if they spit in truth based off of their reality or what they want to make, if it's complaining, then I could come back and say the same thing about I'm tired of hearing the same bullshit over and over again. Why do I gotta always live a good time if that's not what I'm living? Yeah. Why do I gotta hear somebody glorify either slutting out a girl or always making money? Yes, we all want to make money, but I'm not on this guy's level. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep listening to this music. You're not doing nothing about it. The same way like Sony Baby said, they complaining, they not doing nothing about it, but you're not doing nothing about it either. You're not on that level of this artist. You're not making the money of this artist. You're not doing nothing. You're just sitting behind nigga like, yeah, I'm catching I fucks with this because he's telling you, literally speaking, yeah, we either popping pills or we're doing drugs and this is what's happening, blah, blah, blah. I'm driving a new car and I'm making money. I got the best rings or whatever. But you not living that lifestyle. So to me, if you're going off of that goalpost, that means I'm looking at that music as coworker music because that don't do shit for me. I rather relate to an artist that literally speaking that understands where I'm at with it, and I can see like, damn, I understand he went through the shit because I'm going through that shit too. So I understand there's somebody else out here that's going through this shit with me. Like NF's last little EP was literally, I'm not going to call it coworker music because it's not one of them things. It's a very deep topic what he's talking about because he's talking about his mental health on that album. I can't consider him coworker music for that because literally speaking, he's going through shit. And other people can relate to that, what he's going through. Because I know he was clinically diagnosed with OCD and he's talking about how that's been fucking with him. And in this last EP, that's why he went with it. He made it creative because of the videos that he was doing and how it was taking over and all that type of shit. I'm looking at that artist like, damn, if I was in that space, I could relate to that because I'm seeing somebody that's on this high. He's going through what I'm going through. And that's what I feel like music was supposed to be. If you could relate to shit, yes, there's nothing wrong with having fun because we've gone through this multiple times. There's nothing wrong with having fun. There's nothing wrong with listening to party music. There's nothing wrong with that. But for you to subject that, because you feel like J. Cole and them is complaining a lot or whatever the case may be or what they're saying, that means technically speaking, you haven't really tapped in with none of them because they've done switch lanes multiple times is where their mental was at or what they were going through. That's what they made their music off of. That's literal shit. You can't keep moving the goalposts just because you don't like something.
Yeah.
That don't make sense. Don't be changing definitions of shit just because you don't like something. It's different. I understand it. If the fact of the matter is this was a niche music, this is what we think because it's safe, then I understand it because your coworker likes this song because basically what it was, your coworker likes this song, this is the type they style, they try to put you on, they don't like nothing else. Okay, cool, that's whatever. It's niche because it's safe. I understand it at that definition because that's what we see. It's basically what's worked at the workplace. But to tell people that creatively is doing something and they're expressing themselves on their tracks are basically of either different situations or matters and talk about, I don't want to listen to that because it's complaining, then shut the fuck up and just go listen to something else.
Yeah.
It's not what coworker music at. Don't move the goalpost for your own satisfaction.
Yeah.
Stop doing that bullshit.
All I'm hearing is that people just can't make up their own damn mind about what music they want to listen to.
Yeah, look, that leads me perfect into this, right? I think this is a comment from a video that I've seen, right? And I think this dude makes a lot of sense in a lot of things because I think what really is going on in a bigger, broader spectrum of things, right? There's people may not see it like this because it's just average, everyday shit, right? But there's just like we talk about AI and AI taking over. There is a battle for authenticity. I feel like, right? That's my. Cause I don't mind if you a Cardi, you Playboy Cardi. That's you. That's who you are. And people fuck with your music because you are who you are. But you're authentic. Playboy Cardi is authentic. There ain't nobody else out here making Playboy Cardi music. There's niggas that try. But Playboy Cardi is himself, right? Same thing when you come down to niggas like Future. Future revolutionized the whole industry. You get what I'm saying? Off the backs of other things, but that nigga did, right? So I think there's a battle for the soul of hip hop going on, and that's my opinion. I feel like because the word hip hop gets thrown around loosely for so much. When honestly, if I could have it the way I want it to be, hip hop would be just like rock, but then there's all these genres of rock. You may be under the umbrella of hip hop because you rap, but that don't make you, this, that, and the third. Nigga, you are emo rap, or you are horrorcore, or you are, there would be so many different genres.
Hip hop.
We gonna get into that.
So this dude said the biggest issue with a lot of coworker music, including rap, is that it's trying to be deep, but is extremely non-personal, right? He said, yeah, they're singing about depression, substance abuse, heartbreak, but it's very formulaic. It doesn't feel like things they actually experience, and as such, the music overall just doesn't have the emotional weight it needs. Either because it's trying to stay upbeat or because the artist's lived experience doesn't reflect the music, so it comes off as corny. And I can understand, let's say, all right, hold on before I finish, this is the last little part. Listening to someone like MGK or Dax, which is the spokesperson for Burger and Coworker music, right now that they are kicking Dax back in, and I love it because I hate Dax, but at the same time I think this is going too far. Well, anyway, like MGK or Dax sing about their struggles has the same vibe as the rich kid in the middle school doing an essay on poverty. The personal touches that matter are just not there, right? So I can understand that, and I honestly feel like whoever wrote that thinks a little deeper. Right? They're not just turning on whatever and saying da-da-da. They're saying like what we are saying when it comes down to not just coworker rap, but when we're labeling what coworker rap is, we're labeling like that shit that you trying to sell me something that isn't real. It's like that guy, that white boy Ian or whatever his name was, that was rapping on all the trap beats from Atlanta, trying to sound like Future. You're like, okay, bro, you're trying to sell me this image and you're not it. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like how I felt 6ix9ine. I felt like 6ix9ine was not who he was saying. There were so many people that loved this dude, but I used to be like, ugh. If you like this nigga's music, something wrong with you. But that's because the type of way I listen to music, right? So I can understand the thought process behind that. I can even go as far as understanding why some people don't like lyricism. You know what I'm saying? I can understand why some people don't want to hear. I remember, look, Z-Ro. I used to listen to Z-Ro a lot as a kid, but then as I got older, I used to realize, like, man, a lot of the Z-Ro songs I'm listening to, they make me do a lot of deep thinking. I can't turn Z-Ro on I can turn Z-Ro on with my bros, but when I go to a party and somebody pass me the aux, I can't put Z-Ro on because everybody gonna be in that bit. Certain Z-Ro songs, don't crucify me. Certain Z-Ro songs, but some Z-Ro songs you can't just play in the middle of the club. You can't play in the middle. You can't go up to the DJ and be like, play this, and everybody gonna be on the dance floor. So there's that part, right? So I can understand that part.
But that's a
different thing. That's knowing your genre,
and that's knowing your space. Because, like you said, if you hunt with the homies and you could go into this Z-Ro that is more introspective or whatever, and you sitting up there thinking, that's different than when you go into a space where you know you're supposed to just have fun and whatever. You gonna play fun music. That's what you there for.
All right, so hear me out here, right? So I can go as far as that, right? But where I start losing you young niggas and you 20 somethings is when you go to the point. I seen this video. This girl sat there and said, lyricism is, I'm gonna break it down. I don't want to misquote her, but I'm gonna give what it gave to me, right? She basically said her problem with music is people using too many big words. Why are you using SAT words? That is an actual quote from her video. You're using these big SAT words.
I want to know what artist she was listening to.
She gave an artist example. She said something. She used a Halsey lyric, which used metaphors and double entendres, but it also but as a rapper, right? As a rapper, you have niggas. As a rapper, words are supposed to be your thing. That's the problem, right? You got young people out here who listen to rap, but they don't want to hear words. Basically, they want to hear a dumbed down version of whatever they hear, right? And that's my problem with all this shit. Is you motherfuckers?
Are they trying to just turn rap into, what is that shit called? House music, or is it literally just a beat playing?
Look.
At this point,
look, no, they don't care what they just want it to be. And this is I got a point where I'm working up to here, right? So listen, niggas don't want to hear big words. Niggas don't want to hear big words, probably because you niggas don't know how to read.
I agree.
You remember did y'all see that? Did y'all not see that clip with Julie Santana not recently?
Yeah, I heard about that in the situation. Yeah.
So, all right, let's go. Let's move forward. Let's move forward here. You niggas don't know how to read. You're illiterate. You know what? I used to love hearing big words in music because it would make me go look it up. I used to love reading as a kid because if there was a word I didn't know, I was in the middle of my dumb nigga phase, pretend gangbanging, skipping class with a dictionary in my hands because I love words that goddamn much. You ain't no goddamn rapper. You just a motherfucking microwave ass nigga, right? You just make music that sound good. You ain't really no rapper, and if you're gonna be under hip hop, you do not need to be considered from the main vein. Is what I'm getting at. You niggas is walking around here. See, and this is even being generous. This shit says from 2023, right? I'll give you motherfuckers that, right? 54% of grown adults right now in America read below a 6th grade level. That's crazy. Why you dumbass niggas don't want to hear fucking lyrical music because you don't understand it. You don't know what he's saying. And I don't care if I hurt your feelings. Pick up a fucking book. Maybe it's not our fault that your musical understanding is so limited. And you know what? I don't care. I really don't. I really don't. You know what? I didn't grow up in the richest neighborhoods where, you know what my mama made me? When I got in trouble, my mama would whoop my ass and then make me go sit in the room and read a book.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. I'll be honest, the same punishment.
So, bro. Look, and to be honest, I feel for y'all. I feel for y'all. But the thing is, there is a generation of people growing up who think they know something. Fuck, they don't even know words. You get what I'm saying? They got opinions, but they can't even fucking say the shit that they're saying. They don't even know how to articulate it because the niggas don't even read books.
Hey man, you said a big word, articulate, and they don't know.
Boy, I probably fucked up half the
You know what's crazy? While you were saying that, I was thinking of Eminem because he would just say certain words just to match like the rhyme that he's going with, and that would make you like, yo, is that word real? And it's just the way he uses it. You go and look it up. You just find out the man is just really good with words, bro.
But let's be real here, though. Like, to me, pretty much speaking, y'all really not listening to rap at all. Because there's people that's saying simple words and it's simple bars, but it's a hot song. Like, if you want to sit up here and talk about it, we grew up on that too, where some of the words ain't big words. They just know how to formulate. They just know how to put it together where it's nice. Like, you don't have to go all into the deepest dictionary and find the biggest word to put it to make it make sense. Like, you could make the simplest bars and make a track that's nice.
I've seen somebody do that. They use a whole bunch of big words and the song just sounded like you're doing too much, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, there's songs where, hey, bro, you do too much. You put too many big words. And that's the thing is, I don't blame niggas for not liking lyricism because there's a lot of bad examples that get shown for lyricism, right? I remember when me and him were getting reviewed, and there was a guy that was getting
he used a bunch of he went too far.
There gets to a point as a lyricist, and this is where I will shift gears. I won't kick y'all non-reading ass niggas back in so far. Because there is some ultra reading ass niggas that go fucking too far. Like, for real, nigga, you don't gotta rhyme every other goddamn word. What the fuck is, like the lyrical, miracle, spiritual? Yeah, bro, all right, you doing too much. You gotta still find a way to be relatable.
Yeah.
But if a nigga but tell me, how many rappers do you know that are actually like that? Lyrical niggas. How many real lyrical niggas that you know that be out there rhyming capacitator with, who's really doing that shit? You get what I'm saying?
Bro, there's not really. Even the people that you call between Kendrick and Cole, if you really sit down there and listen to it, they really don't use the most biggest of words. I really just listened to the man say lion 3 times, and it's the same from lion as the animal, from laying down lion, and lying because you're lying through your teeth. Like, literally speaking simple words.
Bro,
2 syllables.
Look, I'm telling you. And this is where I go back to kicking y'all's back in. People, they don't know the difference between there, and there, nigga.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. That'd be one of the reasons I just goes through the comments of certain shit, and you be seeing people correct, and they be going back and forth like, "No, this is how." I'm like, you're wrong.
Look, man, all I'm saying is this: I can see if we're gonna talk about what is coworker music. And if we're gonna actually, because I also feel like there's
music for the thing is there's music for everybody.
Yeah.
If y'all don't like a certain music, don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Just don't find what you like. Y'all don't gotta hate on something. If you don't like something, fine, leave it alone. You don't gotta listen to it again. No one's forcing you. There's no gun to your head. Why force it?
Mm-hmm. You know what? Put it like this. In a simple term, stop following fucking trends.
Whew.
Stop following fucking trends. That's really what the situation is. Stop having to go for. Why does somebody else's opinion have to be your fact? Like, real shit. Why do you got to live through somebody else's opinion? If you like certain music, fuck with that music.
People don't want to think for themselves.
Like, you not thinking for yourself is really corrupting this whole situation. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit up here, like I said, if I'm not a Travis Scott fan, I'm not going to tell you not to listen to Travis Scott because of how I believe. I don't care. Like, that's just who I don't listen to. Same way as if you don't listen to Cole, if you don't listen to Kendrick, if you don't go back listen to Slick Rick, if you don't listen to Nas, if you don't listen to Rakim, that's on y'all. Y'all don't have to do that.
I'm not gonna kick your back.
I'm not gonna kick your back in for it. But
I might
for you,
roast you a little bit.
but for you to sit up here and literally want to make this whole thing, oh, this is coworker music because I don't like it. You just don't fucking like it. We don't need to put a title on it. You just don't like it. Move the fuck on.
At the end of the day,
Just move on. Just
Who
don't
gives a
fuck. Like, you really facts. Who cares?
See, you look, and I'm gonna tell you this. I go so hard because I love this thing. I love different. Back in the day, man, you had niggas like Digital Underground. You know, I Get Around. You know what I'm saying? And then you would have niggas like Nas. You get what I'm saying?
And that's funny.
And then you would go from, you had the East Coast, and then you would go down south and you had UGK. Nothing sounded the same, but you know
MC
what?
Hammer.
People vibed with it.
Can't touch this, right?
That's the original co-worker music, Big Dog.
Bro.
Big Dog was the original co-worker
You
man.
listen to Humpty do the Humpty. Do the Humpty Hump. Like, what's...
But see, what I'm saying is, people found what they liked and they fucked with it, right? But at the end of the day, what I don't like is when we're in this place, we're in this space where lyricism and vibes are constantly butting head. You need both of them in hip hop. Hip hop was created off of both those things. Matter of fact, vibes came before man. Vibes is because man, the breaks were it was just the breaks, and people were dancing to them. You had a guy just saying stuff on the mic. That guy saying stuff on the mic turned into the message.
Yeah.
Just think about that. The message.
What started that?
You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I think you need both. You need both. You need to know how to vibe, and you need to know when. I think I've said this on this podcast multiple times. A good album to me. There's a mama track, there's a struggle track, and there's some fucking I can play this with my girl, and then I can play this with my homies, and then there's that song that I can play with everybody.
That's a fact.
To me, that's a good album because it gives me everything I need. It gives me that one single that I know if I played this while I was sitting next to a cop, he wouldn't turn his head looking over at me. But then there's that other track. If I was next to a cop, he might be like, "That man definitely got a key in his truck." You know what I'm saying?
He doing something.
Yeah, but at the same time, there's the song where I can play with my homeboys and we about to hit the strip club. But then there's the song where I can turn around and kiss on my girl with. You know what I'm saying? And then I can also turn around and play that song while I'm riding with my mama that I want to fucking bump and let her know I appreciate her. There is back and that's what I'm upset with is the nuance of who an artist is.
I was thinking
has been destroyed.
You talking about one of everything.
You
I
can't
don't know
talk.
if they had a
First of all, you can't talk to them about De La Soul. They don't got the capacity for it.
They don't, but it's alright.
I'm listening. I want to hear
just
what
saying. Because
as he was
they
going
don't
on,
got
like,
the capacity for De La Soul. Especially,
the fuck
yeah, they don't got the capacity for it.
I was sitting there like, ooh, we got a conversation going on.
I'm just saying because
I was thinking,
he
like, you was talking about the
track.
mama track. It was like De La Soul. You know, when you was talking about something with the boys, the track with Nas.
Yeah. Well, that's why I said they just don't got the capacity for it.
They don't got the capacity.
Because De La Soul
And
is
they had
very
some
creative.
sweet.
They wordplay is crazy.
Just
But at the end of
the
the day,
vibes
look,
from each song, bro.
I think this kind of goes into something that I think, if y'all don't mind, I think is a decent topic because we all got kids. And I think that this topic that we're on right now kind of leads into like, because the internet has become such a
Has taken
thing.
over.
Like we said, it's almost like you got to live in two different worlds. Now, what age? And this is a question that I was sitting there thinking about because I seen this thing where in Australia, they are any kid under the age of 16 can't be on the internet.
Are we talking about like browsing or just like
On the internet?
having
No social
internet?
media. No social media.
Oh, social media.
Social media. Period.
I was thinking about like streaming channels,
Yeah.
streaming apps and things like that.
Yeah, it's just social media. I say internet because all my internet experience is social media. It's social. I'm a fucking brain rotted, fuck. But yeah, 16 under, no social media.
I say that like 16, because technically that's when I really got access. Yeah.
Oh boy, I was on the internet early.
No, because I was breaking on computers and shit like that. So
I remember dial-up, baby. I was like 10 years old getting on the internet.
Bro, you had to hope and pray that shit connected, bro.
You gotta hope and pray nobody call your mama on the phone.
Oh, because when that phone rang,
that's it.
But the reason why I ask, and I'll give even a better example that kind of also works in tandem with our last topic, is today. All right, and this is a big theme that we've been talking about kind of over the last few pods. AI music. Today, my daughter walks into the house. There's this AI song that went viral on TikTok. Nobody knew it was AI, right?
Dangerous.
Then finally, everybody found out it was AI. My daughter came in the house humming that song, and I was like, "Oh no!" Remember that conversation we were having? Sooner or later they make it like, oh, and I'm telling her, that song's AI, right? And she was like, why does it matter? And I said, because
it's too late.
You want to be a singer, right? You want to follow in my footsteps. That should scare you, because she does want to make music, right? So I told her, something like that will one day make it harder for you to want to do the thing you love.
True.
And so, like, she wouldn't be exposed to that. She would get to experience music as what it is if maybe the internet, social media, and that's a big part on me and her mother, social media, right?
Like TikTok and stuff like that.
But also, I'm moving from hip hop to socially. It's hard to keep your kids off of certain shit when you're basically going to alienate them. All the kids at school got certain accounts. They play certain video games, and now your kid's the oddball out. So, like, how do you go about this? You know what I'm saying?
I think talking, constantly having that conversation. I think that's really the only thing we can do, is just like constantly talk to them, like, explain, like, this is the reason I don't want you to have social media right now. Like, yeah, you might see everybody else have it, but these are, let's say I don't say not dangerous, but just like the reasons it's not really safe for you to use it.
Yeah.
Hope they not they kids, they're not gonna understand because everybody else is using it. They want to use it. So I think just keeping that line of communication open throughout the years as they grow older, maybe they'll understand.
Yeah.
That's probably the best you could do. Knowing us as we grew up, our parents talked to us about certain things, and what we do sometimes go behind the back.
We did whatever.
Find our own way to get it. And it's technology. It's not like we know how to, completely cut the phone off from doing certain things.
Yeah.
There's always a way around something. So.
Yeah. That's a hard one. I ain't gonna lie to you, because we in the nuance of shit. So it's like the social media part to me is just, you gotta really be on some monitoring shit, to be honest. It's gonna be hard, and that's up to anybody. It's like, when it comes down to social media, number one, when it comes down to even like emails, there's a whole bunch of process that you got to go through to even create a social media. So if there's no access to doing that from the beginning, then social media you don't have to worry about. But then you have things like YouTube that still spreads the same information, that still spreads messages. Like if you hear your friend talking about a certain streamer, and not the fact that he can't access it, YouTuber, they have clips of streams, and sometimes they have the whole stream that's going on. So to me personally, like Uncle D said, is pretty much is the communication part, but also it has to be on you monitoring as a parent. It's like, how far are you willing to go as a parent to see how far, like, if you don't want them to have social media, you got to be on top of this. Like, that's really how it is. It's like, you really got to be on top.
I think for me personally as a father, let me scoot up a little closer, because I might say some shit that might piss some people off out here, which I do best. Man. I think we need a law like Australia, because I think about shit like this. Because, like we just said, literacy rates are going down. Why are literacy rates going down? Motherfucking kids want to look at their phone more than they want to look at a book.
Yeah.
Or even if they're listening to books, they're not reading them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Kids are getting, grown folks are getting 30-second sound bites of news, and AI is running rampant with music, and false information. The internet is a raw place. I just seen this article the other day, which is, it's a big thing going on in the world right now. This group has just been arrested. They're just internet group. They're going into places for children on the internet, sending them messages, telling them to do weird shit to their animals, telling them to send them weird pictures, and when they do send them pictures, they're threatening them. I feel like, okay, we want the internet so bad, but we know the internet is a messed up place. There's so much stuff on the internet. When I was a kid, I remember, what was that website? What's it called, Leaks? Where you would go and see the cartel people chopping heads. I shouldn't have been seeing that.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
I shouldn't have been seeing that. And nothing that my parents would have did. Because even if they parent locked my computer, one of my homeboys was going to show me something at school.
That's crazy. Yeah, we accessed it on a school computer. That shit was locked down tighter than anything, and we still accessed it.
That's what I'm saying. There is no hiding it now, right? Now the internet is way more sophisticated. These kids are way smarter. When you have 3-year-olds growing up with tablets, when they get to an actual PC, what do you think they're going to know?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I think it is our duty as parents because the internet is not safe. It's not safe for us. You got to have security just to keep your banking information safe.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you think our children's innocent minds are safe when we can't even trust our own banks?
That's facts.
You get what I'm saying? And so I personally, I feel like we need to put a law in place where these kids, I think, and they're getting corrupted, bro.
As much as that sounds like a good idea, we in America, and you know that shit ain't gonna happen.
I know, and I understand that, but
because the first word everybody gonna say is freedom.
Yeah, but
we're free to do whatever the fuck we want, right?
The thing is, if I was a politician, I'd say
everybody's gonna fight it.
What's wrong with protecting kids?
But technically speaking,
it's not a bad idea. But people who, those people who's like, the government's always watching this, and this, they're gonna fight it down. And now,
if we gotta think about it, technically speaking, they did put the law in place for schools. Mm-hmm. They can't have schools, and they can't have phones in these schools.
Yeah.
Like
literally, how many schools is doing that?
A lot, because in Midland here alone, Texas thing, no schools, and I think it's actually spreading. But in Texas, like literally speaking, if they catch you with your phone, they taking it away from you. Like as soon as you enter the school, and probably when school starts, because even with my daughter's school, literally speaking, I see her literally, she be listening to her music in the truck. The next note, pop out, put it in, wrap up, put it in her bag, walk in. Because if you get caught with it, they taking it away from you. And that was the law because they said the same thing, like how we talking about literacy. School grades were going down because of the fact of the matter is, and especially all the things that was going on in schools, was that kids weren't paying attention in school. They were on their phones a lot more. They were sitting up there doing bullshit in school, whatever the case may be with phones, to the point is like, yo, grade point average is going down and you telling me this is right? So they cut that. It's like, no, if you have it in school, we're taking it away from you automatically, from teachers, principals, or whatever. So if they're doing it that way, they can go forward and go like, yo, we not doing that at all. They won't permit it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good,
and that's the fact
good plan they got going on already.
The only thing I could say is, with that being said, is the fact of the matter is, where if they do something like that, that means pretty much when you get a tablet, if you get a thing, that access of that is going to go back to everything else. They're going to put an age situation. Yeah, and now
we do it with cigarettes and with alcohol. And social media is nothing but a drug anyway. They've admitted it. It's like playing the lottery. Why do you think TikTok is like a slot machine?
I mean, that's
every
social media now. Shit, you can say. You go use the bathroom, you start swiping, you don't realize 30 minutes done passed already.
Damn yeah, bro. I ain't gonna, but look, and I think my stance on this, right, is I want my kids I want kids to be safe, right? And not only safe from bad guys, because there's bad guys. Roblox. Let's look at Roblox.
Yeah, that was the.
They can't even. There was this. I seen this.
I don't know why that game is still up, bro.
Bro, I seen this dude talking about how he got kids, so he went in, pretended to be an 8-year-old. He updated his account for his parental controls for his pretend 8-year-old self. Went into certain, and he still was even with the parental controls.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And there was still all this stuff he was seeing, right? And it's like, how do you protect your kid? Like, I think about my kids right now, my daughter, my sons. Mm-hmm. Like, how in the hell am I supposed to keep the best way I can do is you're not ready for the internet. Yeah. You're not ready for the internet, but I can't do that. I feel like we got to start looking at we got to start looking at everything as, I get it, America. We are, but you know what? We should protect our kids, and you know what? As a parent, you don't just let your kid just walk into anybody's house.
Yeah,
you there's like, hey man, get your little ass over here. What are you doing? You don't just let them talk to any random person on the road. Why am I letting them have unfeathered access to the whole world? Yeah. But I won't let them talk to the person at the convenience store. Mm-hmm. That's where my thought process comes in.
We see that goes back to our conversation. The community is not there.
We don't have a community
because if you think about it, let's go back to how we grew up. Even when the internet was really becoming a full access, when it came down to it, you was by your homeboy crib playing video games. You was outside during the summertime riding bikes. You was literally with your neighbors and whoever's there. You're not really. You found some things.
It didn't lock us down,
but it wasn't.
The way it is now.
Yeah, it wasn't a lockdown because the fact of the matter is you had a community there. Like if you outside and you know your neighbors and all that, you outside playing games. So if y'all either out there on the porch playing Uno, or if y'all playing football in the street, if y'all playing kickball, or just shooting the shit, really and truly, like y'all just there talking whatever, y'all were communicating with each other to the point that even if you had a cell phone, it was fun to have, but that's not what you worried about. You was more worried about when we used to play Yu-Gi-Oh cards and you playing today, like, damn, I got a better deck than you do. Like, I got this card, I got that card. Or we playing, we had Game Boys.
You actually met people on the block.
You know,
probably knew people for a couple blocks.
Like, you know what I mean?
Grew up to be lifelong friends too. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it went from that to
not even knowing the person.
We don't even know who's next to you. You don't know who's across from you. You don't know nothing about these people.
But you care about random person online and whom their opinion about
across
shit.
The world.
Yeah, and that's why the Twitter thing is even more crazy to me is now, because think about it like this, guys. All this influence online, and if you go to Twitter, you'll realize half the shit that's on Twitter that's causing issues here in America, these niggas ain't even in America. They're from India, they're from Nigeria, they're from Argentina, they're from everywhere but America. But they got the most opinions about American politics, and I don't know why a light bulb didn't go off.
The ones that's not from America.
Yeah, I don't know why the light bulb didn't go off and be like, oh, that's why we've been arguing over the last few years, you know, because we got instigators in our business. So if us as grown folks can't even protect ourselves from instigators,
how can you protect your kid?
How can I protect my kid? You remember back when, what was it, 2016 maybe? There was this story about this girl who just turned 18 and she went to go join ISIS because she got indoctrinated off of Twitter.
What?
Yeah. American girl, she went over there to the Middle East because this, that, and the third. That's my point, man, is like, all right, I feel like, yeah, after a certain age, I think 16 is a good age because 16, you're a little bit mature, you'll start really understanding
a little bit more,
right? You've had enough time to grow. By the time you're 20, you'll kind of understand what the internet is really. And definitely if your parents have been teaching to you, you've been learning about it in school. Because if life is gearing you up, be like, hey man, because the internet is forever going to be here.
That's going to
we need to gear we need to gear our kids up We need to gear them up before they ever touch anything. Be like, this is what the internet is. This is what. If there's going to be AI, if there's going to be all this stuff going on, if there's going to be all that, we need to be teaching them before they get to the internet. Just the same way we have sex ed, just the same way we have what was it back in the day, Dare. Yeah, but we need to be teaching our kids before they get a hold of these things. You get what I'm saying? Give it an opportunity to actually grow and expand before they get a hold of the internet.
I'm about to say some shit.
I was gonna say we gotta do better than Dare and sex ed because they ain't help nobody.
Understandable. It didn't, but you know what? There's a lot of us here who didn't have babies when we were 13.
Facts.
Right? It
I mean, I
stopped a
wasn't
lot
getting
of
pussy,
us.
so you know.
God damn it. God damn it, bro.
Oh man. But you know, I'm just saying, bro. Look, my biggest thing is I remember when I was young and I was sitting in my room and I decided to look up this shit that somebody told me to do at school. 2 girls, 1 cup.
Bro,
I've never been the same since.
That was crazy.
Yo, you know, I ate ice cream for a good 6 months, bro.
Just
after
remember,
that.
You one day you were
Ice cream,
innocent
bro.
and then
Especially
you weren't.
Nothing chocolate, nothing that looked like ice cream. I didn't want it, bro.
One day you were innocent and then the next sooner or later you weren't. You know what I'm
That was
saying?
like junior high days. That was junior high days.
Junior high, bro.
Yeah, that was junior high days.
Bro,
I remember when I heard that 7th
because
grade.
remember, we went from having quality videos on our computers to all of a sudden having quality videos on our phone.
Yeah.
Y'all remember when you can actually watch first time you watched a YouTube video on your phone?
Yes,
bro.
man.
I remember when they were going to the leaks and they were saying, "Hey, look at this, bro. This boy getting his head chopped off." You be like, "Yo, I'm
Bro, I had to-
15."
I remember
In junior high, I had to go to the library just to watch anime on YouTube.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, there was a point where the internet was a little bit, it was kind of innocent, and you had to really search for that.
But
now
you
you
had
can
to-
go on Instagram right now and
One
see somebody
search.
get ran over.
Yeah, facts.
You can see somebody in a gunfight right now.
Yeah,
if you go, matter of fact, my Instagram algorithm, I don't know what's going on with it. I seen so many random vaginas on my Instagram. I was sitting there like, I'm so
IG.
glad my girl is not
IG
sitting
got-
there.
IG
This man was gonna say X or something. This man said
No,
IG.
IG ain't safe no more.
Bro.
IG, Facebook, none of them safe no
None
more.
of it, bro. I can't, yeah.
Facebook is like,
No, it's,
Nah, Facebook got better.
they starting to, and you know, Facebook and
I don't know.
Instagram are owned by Meta.
You got to go into like people got to put links in the comments and shit for you to find.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not
Not like
safe.
it's
no more.
protected.
It's
Yeah,
not
all you
protected.
gotta do is click the
link.
video.
Yeah,
and if
true,
you, and matter of
true.
fact, half them times I bet you that shit is a virus.
It is.
Hell, even that. Remember that one we had? What was it? The 50 Black Animes, whatever. That site what started off as talking about animes.
Oh yeah, I left that.
Even one of them popped up today where it was like this. This is what we turned this page into.
It's a
Like
freaked out
I think
page.
I see-
freaked out page.
And they be roasting it. They be roasting anybody that's talking about that, bro.
It was like, yo, I thought this was about anime, black anime. You talk. This is where we got. This is how far we came with this shit.
I'm just saying, man. Our kids are the most precious thing in the world. And if anybody out there hears me and agrees with me, look, I'm not saying I want to take any freedoms or anything like that from anybody. I think we need reasonable. We need to start treating the internet like what it is. It shouldn't be so. It's just like. Remember, I remember reading books back. Yeah, you illiterate niggas. Niggas do that. All right, my bad. I had to take a second to kick y'all back in for a second. Go read a book. Anyway, I remember reading books in high school where they were based in like 1910. And they used to let the kids work and drink whiskey.
Goddamn.
And they would be like 8 years old. Now, I think the equivalent of that today is the internet. We don't let kids smoke weed. We don't let kids smoke cigarettes. The internet is just as addictive and it's just as dangerous. And I think we should honestly be truthful with ourselves and find some sensible way to protect our kids from these things.
Yeah.
You know what? If you're an adult that wants to put all your information in for your kid and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna let my kid have the internet at 9. But at least
monitor.
You should be. I also feel like if you're gonna do that, you also gotta be responsible for all the things that come with that. Because since the internet's been around, what all have we gotten? We've gotten a lot of school shootings. We've gotten a lot of OnlyFans and this and that. We got kids that can't read. We got more and more and more just downgrading of our own mental status. When even people used to walk around and it used to be a thing that was important to be intelligent.
Yeah.
It was important to know what was going on in your local area. We have separated ourselves from whatever this physical thing is, and we have given ourselves away to some form of the Matrix.
That's the last time you see a newspaper.
Bro, every time I walk into a convenience store and I'll be like, God damn, that's a thick ass stack. Nobody buying them shits. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised they're still in business.
I'm surprised too.
And then this is my last thing before I'm done fear mongering. I bet y'all didn't know what that word mean either, do you? This is my last thing. This is my last thing. Before I'm done scaring y'all. There you go. Things like Neuralink is coming.
Oh boy, Neuralink.
Neuralink is coming. If y'all don't think that stuff is coming, you're not paying attention. Robots are coming. We have robots coming. They are building them things AI every day. AI is already geared up to take anybody who does a simple job, their job. There is no more factory workers. They all they need is to program the right AI. It's over. Sooner or later,
safe if you do something physical.
When he said that, that's what Ford is complaining about right now.
Oh yeah, because they need workers.
They need workers, but they said the same thing. Like Ford was like, they have 5,000 jobs right now open. That is
6 figures.
That's 6 figures. There's the number they says like 120,000 a year, but they said they can't get workers because of the fact of the matter is the investment into trade schools. They don't have that investment. Nobody's investing into trade school for people to learn how to become a mechanic or anything like that. So now they're like struggling because like this is a crisis here. Like, bro, we need workers, but there's nobody there to do the job for it. It's like, yo, what the hell? We
can blame all that on fucking algorithms. And I promise you that. If you go to a little small town right now, there's some little country bumpkin fuck that's out in his garage learning how to work on a car. You get what I'm saying? You go to these big cities, everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because we've sold our soul to the highest goddamn algorithm. Everybody wants to be the coolest nigga nowadays. And so now we've had this conversation 1,000 times before. Remember that time we seen that video where niggas was saying, nigga, you got a job? Nigga, you tripping, lame ass nigga. The conversation we had the other day on the podcast. Mm-hmm. Niggas is getting clowned for having jobs. Yeah. Niggas is getting clowned because they know how to spell it. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? It's getting on my goddamn nerves.
I'm sorry, if somebody if you can't
it's probably a big word for that person, bro. You gotta relax.
Look,
you gotta relax. Tell you 2 syllables, bro.
Yeah, man. What I'm saying is like to me, and I've said it, I'm probably very radical about this. I think the fall of everything, not only hip hop, but society in itself, and everything that we see has to do with our addictions to technology.
You see what's bad about that is, honestly speaking, the real badness about that is until people see the fall, everybody gonna just say what we gotta say. It's either people are gonna be on the same side of how we thinking, or people gonna go like, they just talking shit, until they realize it's actually a reality. You know what I mean? And that's where it goes. Like, you get the warning signs. Like I always say, you get a warning sign before it strikes. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if nobody's grasping the warning signs, when it happens, then that's when the woe is me comes out and go like, oh my God, I didn't know, but you did. People was telling you information. People was giving you the information. That's why I always say knowledge is key. When people's giving you stuff, research it. Do what you got to do to understand what people is talking about, because it's not just one person. It's multiple people saying this. You know what I mean? You just decided to ignore the signs until it strikes, and then you're wondering, I didn't know this was gonna happen. I didn't understand this was gonna be about. But the signs is there. They're showing you. And in this day and age, it is in your face. They're showing you like, yo, bro, if you don't understand, like Amazon was one of the first one. Amazon was letting off people for freaking robots. They were showing you that. They told you that. There was a big report on that.
Yeah, they ready to boot your ass.
They're ready to boot you. So at the end of the day, if we're telling you the same thing, like, bro, from based off of AI, we're telling you that from you before. As an artist, AI is taking over on this situation. You're gonna have to figure it. We got to figure this out. Like, what is gonna happen next?
Will y'all allow me to tie a bow on this bad boy real quick?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, brother.
Remember when? All right. First off, this might be a journey, but follow me real quick.
You always got a journey.
All right. All right. Yeah. Hey, man. You know me.
I never complain about it. I just like the journey gonna go.
Back in the day, the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was talking about uplifting their communities, bringing awareness to their, what's it called, right? Black folks, we called it woke, right? We were woke. We were aware of our surroundings. We were aware of what was going on. We knew that this, that, and that, and something's not right. The man, this is that, right? All right? Mm-hmm. Sooner or later, we get to a point where woke is now some evil slur by the right? Now people are afraid to be, and woke has been co-opted by the left. Even white liberals have taken that term and turned it into whatever the freak it is today, right? And the white right has took it and turned it into a derogatory term, right? But to be aware of your surroundings and to be aware and to preach knowledge has always been inherently hip hop. Now, take AI coming in, take the dumbing down of music, and take as far as we've fallen from the things that this genre has become. And you can't tell me, conspiracy or not, there hasn't been an agenda to not only dumb down people who listen to music, but just to dumb down society in all honesty. Because why am I looking at kids who they can't read, so they can't read the news? They get their news from TikTok and sound bites, so they're not looking at newspapers. They're not looking at the niggas using big words. So they don't know what's going on. They hear somebody say Trump bad, Kamala bad, and that's all they know. Right? They don't doing their own research. They're not doing their own thing. In our communities, and we'll also talk about black communities, we got people saying you lame for having a job. When back in the day, street niggas used to tell you, go get a job, go stay in school. Now the street niggas is telling you fucking lame, nigga. You ain't got as much ice as me, nigga. You ain't getting as many bitches as me, nigga, because you know what? You decided to have a 9 to 5. And you know what? All the girls think the same. You know what I'm saying? We having all these issues, school shootings everywhere, every which way. People dying left and right. The internet is the only place we have real discourse. And y'all telling me y'all don't see how this all ties together as something is on the horizon.
Yeah, mental control.
And again, like I said, we used to rap, and I'll bring it back to music. We used to rap about things that made sense and still have parties and still have interesting conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But all of a sudden,
we're here where we are.
We're where we are now. How does one's trajectory go this to this? You get what I'm saying? So anyway, Archie is done. I'm done. I done said all I had to say. I think we done hit all the shit that I felt like we needed to swing at on my part.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about the last one?
What's the last one?
The documentary.
Oh shit, boy, we didn't have such a fucking great talk.
Yeah, we've been going.
Man, you know what? How about we wait till D actually watch the Diddy doc next pod? How about that?
Damn, that's gonna be another 2 weeks.
Another 2 weeks.
You forgot.
Remember?
God damn. You know what?
Yo,
We'll talk
That's
about
what I'm
it.
about to say.
Look, how about, because we've been going for a minute, right? How long has it been? About hour 30 minutes.
Probably.
Yeah, I think we get coming up close to. Look, let's talk about new music. How much? What y'all think about that? And then we'll save the Diddy shit for.
I'm about to be late on the situation.
Nah, I think this shit's gonna be talked about for a while.
It might. We talking about.
We fuck around getting
We
to
talk
Diddy,
about-
we gonna be here for like.
I'm about to say we talking about the internet here. Here today, gone tomorrow.
The internet sometimes don't forget, bro, my brother.
Well, they ain't gonna forget because at the end of the day, they've been doing documentaries on this man for quite some time since this man go to court and keep going.
I will say this: if we don't get into this tonight, or if we move past it, Diddy,
I say, y'all can
the
get
thought
into it next
process,
one.
the thought process.
have to.
I thought I had grew up having of Diddy. It totally changed.
It's a different.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a part 2 for this one. It's a different situation because it. To me personally, I feel that should be a topic for itself. That should be actual, just a straight shooter for itself
whole
because
episode.
because that one there, it's
I'm down with that.
it's deep. Like I ain't gonna lie, it's a deep situation.
Boy, there's so many different avenues you could talk about on that shit.
And there's a lot of things. Just to let you know, I hope you do watch it.
Yeah, just to watch
Just
it.
to watch it.
Yeah,
but
it's good.
it's one of them things where
What you thought you knew?
what you thought you knew, some of it is like what the fuck. And then when you put it's like pieces of puzzle that's coming together, and you start your whole, like you said, what you see Diddy as is like you start looking at him in a whole different light based off of this documentary.
I feel like it's very polarizing. Either A, you're gonna like, if you're a person who really supports Diddy, you're gonna be like, oh, this is bullshit. But if you're somebody who's on the fringes, you're gonna be like, oh, this nigga definitely did. Yeah, that's it's very polarizing, brother.
One thing I could say about this is real shit. The one thing I'll say about that is the same way people looked at R. Kelly is the same way a lot of people looked at him, and that's
worse, in
and it's
my
worse.
opinion.
It's worse. But when you sit down there and when you watch it, you're gonna understand where I'm coming from with it. There's the same way they looked at R. Kelly. A lot of people was when his whole situation happened, and there's a people was like, no, he didn't. It's the same way that's coming here.
I get
So.
yeah.
But when you start looking at the doc, especially this one, based off of a lot of the other docs, is just based off of, you know, the court system or whatever. This one deep dives from birth till
birth?
yes.
Yeah.
Within 4 episodes, it goes from childhood all the way up. And people that's talking about mental states of how he was and whatever, you're gonna, like I said, you're gonna hear it on the next. Y'all gonna hear it on the next episode. You feel
I
me?
think we deserve to put it
I'm
down.
gonna have to watch it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's touch on some new music.
real quick.
Crit drop. Crit dropped today. The Game dropped today. There's some other artists that dropped today. I can't remember one of them. I know Bun B and Tristar, I think his name is, dropped today.
Oh, Bun B dropped the album too.
I think is what it
album
is.
or
I'm messing it up. Hold on, let me look it up real quick so I don't mess up that man's name. I'm sorry. We supposed to be a music podcast. The Game's out. The Game shit he dropped with DJ Drama and Mike and Key. The album is called hold on. Gangsta Grills. Every movie needs a trailer. Big Crit is 1 second. Dedicated to Catalina Breeze.
Yeah, that's a dope album.
The Bun B shit is, hold on 1 second.
I was listening to it. I didn't even realize I went through the whole album.
Yeah, it goes by real quick. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
because half of some of them in between that is skits from Carlos. So when you realize it, it really takes you on just a journey. Like you're just sitting on there cruising, and it just takes you on that journey.
Well, I'm guessing that project didn't come out. I'm not seeing. Let's see. I'm not seeing it. Anyway, let's focus on the game and
Big Crit.
Big Crit. I know I listen. We all obviously don't listen to a little bit of Crit.
Yeah, Big Crit. Yeah, I like it. I ain't gonna lie, I liked it. That was a really good album, especially for him coming back into the scene. Yeah, bro, that was a dope album. Like I told you, my favorite one on there is Precious Metal. It just gives you that cruise vibe. It makes you realize like it's things that we do all the time. When you frustrated, when you see certain things and you in your mental, what do you want to do? Man, let me take a cruise and get my mind off of it. And especially if you have that car that you in love with, it's just you and the car. You just cruising and it doesn't matter what you see on this road. It doesn't matter what is happening. You just in that mental space. You just enjoying that ride. And that's why I was like, yo, Precious Metal is a dope. I like that song, bro. That's my favorite.
When it comes to Crit, I like his more upbeat music, but like I said, every track on there was dope, bro.
I feel like every track deserved to be at a car show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Especially that last track, to Celebrate the Line. That made me want to really get to understand that whole
Texas line, car swinging and shit. Yeah, boy. Hey, back in the day, they used to do that up at the park on Sundays. I miss those days. On Sundays up at Washington Park, you go up there and motherfuckers pulling out the whips.
Hell yeah.
You see the classics and they all, boy, Candy, you be like, niggas actually got whips like sitting up, sitting low, candy painted. They got the sparkles in that bad boy. Bro. Everybody got they got suicide doors. You like, whoa.
That's like us when you watching the New York scene. Like you seen the same car come out multiple times, but the way people is like even though they're the same car, the creativity that the guys have when putting on kits on that shit and how they look, the paint job and all that, you like, damn. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not an Infinity fan, right? But there's one G37 that Catman's friend had that even with the eyes, the way the headlights go, it just rotates in different lights and all. Bro, it was just a beautiful. I say if I had a G37, that's the one I want. You feel me? I'm not an Infinity fan, but I said his own is the one I want because I just like how that looked. You feel me? So it's like when you listening to this album, you just think about the car and you go like, damn, bro.
That's one thing that I love about the thing is because it starts off like you're in the car listening to the radio. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like that he used. I don't want to fuck, man. I'm a little tipsy.
Carlos Miller.
I like that he used Carlos. Man, funny comedian.
Yeah,
funny comedian. I remember him coming up before he was
a major car fan.
Because Carlos came up on like Facebook and stuff like that, right? He doing skits and shit. Yeah.
And then after that, he made it big off of Nick Cannon, Wildin' Out.
It's good seeing stuff like that, right? And then I like how he used Carlos. I like how the whole vibe was like you're just going through the radio. You know what I'm saying? You found the station that you fuck with, and it's just playing all this rock.
Yeah, bro.
I also like how he used cars to kind of express different things throughout the album. Like everything had a car reference because the whole album, to me, I can find not only what it's giving off face value, but there's different things he's touching. Mm-hmm. Each song has a different topic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's using cars to mask all that. But that, to me,
that's creative.
Crit is creative. One thing that I know he loves is cars and black folks. That's one thing I can tell you. And being from the South. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like old news.
Yeah, boy.
Riding in the whip with your old news.
Mileage is my favorite song on that.
Old news. Yeah, look, Mileage was nice, yeah.
I'll say my favorite song after my second listen through, because I done listened to it twice. It was different the first time, but second time, High Def. That shit just hit different. High Def makes me feel, when I was riding in my truck, I wasn't in my truck, bro. I was in an old school Caddy. I was in a Caprice.
Put that man in a different atmosphere.
I was with my homeboys with passing blunts. My mind was just different. Yeah, boy, I was like, High Def is definitely going to get major rotation. major rotation in my vehicle because it made me feel different. You know what I'm
like
saying?
what he said in that. No. If you don't watch me here, you're gonna watch me in high def.
Yeah, boy.
He was dope. This shit was dope. I ain't gonna lie.
And another one of my I'll give one more of my favorites. After High Def, he put out his first off the Mileage right after it. I think it hit.
Yeah, Mileage was the Mileage. Mileage and what was the one I was asking about?
It's where is it?
Do It something.
Yeah, where is it at? Where is it?
Gotta Do It.
Gotta do it. Those are the two songs he released as singles before he actually released. If I'm correct, yeah.
Yes, and another song that I like is I-20. I feel like first of all, I-20 is right up the street.
I see. I was like, I-20.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I felt stupid because I was like, damn, I-20 go far. I was like, damn. I was like, he's speaking about it. I said, we see the shit here in Texas. Like, how far does this road go? Really and truly. I was like, damn, bro. But when he spoke about it, I was like, yeah.
I like I-20 because it made me feel like, nah, that man locked in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He know his fan base. He know he got a lot of fans in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Hell, who knows? I didn't look on the map, but I'm pretty sure I-20 probably
goes far because I feel DC talked about it on is in Georgia too. So because when he talked about it, he talked about cruising I-20 with his homeboys, and there's a part of I-20 that you don't go past and this side. So I know this shit goes far.
Well, that's all I'm saying is it felt good knowing that some shit that my pops used to rap about back in the day is getting some love and you know what I'm saying out. Anyway, Big Crit's album's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Go check it out. Catalee. Dedication to Catalee Barritz, man. The Game. This man ain't nothing on straight bullshit on his.
that one track you just had to listen to.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm telling you, go listen to it just to hear some hip hop.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I'm liking about this is Game took it back to his era. That 90s. The whole thing feels like a 90s era
vibe, yeah.
He the way he was on everything. And I haven't listened to it all the way 100%. I usually like giving some things 2 to 3 times, to listen through before I start saying, but man, that American Nightmare, in a vehicle with some vehicle speakers or with a headset on, I'm telling you, that shit's gonna be dangerous.
Crazy. Yeah.
Matter of fact, once we get off of this, I'm gonna play that American Nightmare before we all skedaddle. Yeah, so we can all hear it through this. Yeah.
Yeah. I have to tap into that one. I gotta tap into the games.
Telling you, that first track, I didn't play the first track, but when it first came on, I was like, oh, okay. And then not only that, but the DJ drama of it all. Mm-hmm. Mr. Thanksgiving, boy, I've always dreamed to get one of those. I would love to have an Archie DJ drama mixtape. Boy, that's been my dream. And all the calling cards of DJ drama are throughout the album. Him talking, him doing him letting you rap about 8 bars, then chopping it and bringing it back. Yeah, boy, that just makes me feel like old school mixtape era. You know what I'm saying?
What was that track? Game did a lot of references that you just have to appreciate.
That's the second track, the second song.
Because when you listen to it, he put a lot of, when you really listen to what he was saying, you got a her reference inside there. There's one of the references I said, I can't believe you said it. There's a bunch of references when he goes in.
That one is Caviar and Cartier.
Yeah. When y'all listen to it, you're going to realize how he put this together with a bunch of references just to make the bars. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I never thought of something like this, but he really put heavy references.
As a youngster, when I was like 8, now I remember when the Game and 50 locked in with each other, bro. I fucked with Game since then, and when I got older, obviously he's getting older. Him and the stuff that him and Wayne did, and just the way the Game represented the West Coast, it always made me be like, this is the West Coast. Until niggas like Kendrick started showing up, the new generation. So I do feel like Game is due his respect.
Yeah,
he is not only just a real about his coast. That man's a real rapper. That
Yeah.
man's pen game is ferocious.
Okay, remember when he came out? That was especially when he was a G Unit. That's who they was looking at a lot. Was Game because of his penmanship.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna lie, like just listening to him in interviews, like he really, when he's locked into something, you could tell, like, yo, because based off of what he is, he really thought. Like the way the Biggie and the Pac shit went down, he said, I really thought this was hip hop shit. Like really, I was like, this is how you gonna do it. If we beef, we gonna die about it. Until you realize like that was a different situation compared to the beef between him and 50. You feel me? So it's like you already know if he's thinking that about hip hop, you know, like if I'm in this shit, I'm 100%. I'm shit. Fuck that. I'm 150% in this shit because I'm locked in. And when he's locked in, bro, Game is a spitter, bro. He could kill it, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
I gotta listen to it.
Yeah, bro.
I gotta listen to the whole
Go
thing. I
back.
ain't gonna lie to you. I gotta
Go
listen
listen
to
to it. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Y'all ready to wrap this thing up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
With the guest the bars, are we doing that?
Yeah, we haven't played Gas the Bars in like
In months, bro.
is it months? It feels like years.
It almost feels like years, but it's been months.
It's months. Don't drag it.
I hope I don't drag it. All right, quick. I wrote this shit down and I still. All right, let me know.
You see Archie locked in.
I know he just.
He's just staring at you like, you gonna spit or what? You gonna say what you gotta say or what?
All right. On your team, I'll pull the curtain, a beautiful hurting. Till my eyes see the blood, that mean the creep will start working. Niggas never learning that they eyes keep lurking. Have your janitor pumping your X5 murking. Yeah, who made the song? Mobb Deep, Locks, G Unit.
I'm going Locks.
I was about to say that same thing.
Locking in with the Locks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Locks.
Sticking with the whoa. Yeah, no, I'm sticking with the Locks. I'm sticking with the Locks. I almost had a
No, I like the big thing. I'm gonna go Mobb Deep.
Mobb Deep.
Okay.
The song.
I was about to switch to Mobb Deep too because I was sitting there like, wait a minute.
It was Havoc's verse on Learning.
Okay.
See, look, that's what I'm saying. This man got an ear. This man got an ear.
All right, well, before I do this, I apologize if I get these lyrics wrong to the artist I'm about to read from. We'll see. Where your ass was at when I was fighting depression, when I was going straight through hell to get a piece of the heavens. But they all want to be apart when they start seeing the blessings. I'm just trying to live free, fuck all these worldly possessions. Had to struggle and taught my ass a valuable lesson. Had to recognize my talent and mouth as a weapon. I'ma cock it back and load it like a new Smith & Wesson. There we go.
I'm about to make a comment before.
Go ahead, comment.
Y'all illiterate motherfuckers. You see how simple the bars was? there weren't no real big words in that one. That shit was hard, but go ahead, brother. I'm just saying, like, you listen to the shit.
We gotta name this. We gotta name this episode "Coworker in Need."
Yo, bro.
Burger ENT or something like that.
I don't want to listen to big words, but go ahead, brother.
Christ.
All right. Jay Jackson. Joe the Poet. 222.
Fuck.
Wait a minute.
Go back.
That's not Jay's bars.
Can you spit it again, please?
Those aren't Jay's bars. I don't think. No. That's
Wow. Okay.
That's why I had to apologize to the artist who's
I know a good amount of Jay's music, and I know Joe, so I got and two. Fuck, we know all of them.
Go ahead, bro.
Let me hit this real quick.
Okay. Where your ass was at when I was fighting depression, when I was going straight through hell to get a piece of the heavens. but they all want to be apart when they start seeing the blessings. I'm just trying to live free, fuck all the worldly possessions. I had to struggle and taught my ass a valuable lesson. I had to recognize my talent and my mouth is a weapon. I'ma cock it back and load it like a new Smith & Wesson.
Damn, bro.
I'm feeling like
See, I'm
feeling Joe on that. But no. Two. No, that might be two because two is very like lyrical when you know what I'm saying. Two commit stuff, but Joe. If you really listen to Joe,
yeah, I'm going
you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go 222. I'm gonna go 2.
But y'all locking in.
I'm going 2. That's how I'm locking in. Because I'm based off. I'm trying to. But damn, bro.
I'm not to say Jay, bro. I'm not saying you're not lyrical, but bro, I've been knowing you too long. I know your bars. I know that ain't you, bro.
I'm surprised though.
No. This nigga making music for years, and if I am wrong, my bad.
You really know.
Nigga, you really don't fuck with my music,
don't you?
Yeah.
I'm going 2.
You know what? Just for the fuck of it, I'm going Joe.
222.
I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it. Yeah.
It is a song that both 2 and Jay was on.
Yeah. No, I felt that was Two's.
That's a
Two's
fact.
lyrics because even with you just saying it like that, it felt like 2.
I was just reading.
It felt like
But it felt like a 2 burst
energy
because when you think about Joe, not saying he can't do it like that, but it's just how when you picturing the cadence and everything and then the flow, I was like, that's not a Joe cadence, that's not a Joe flow. For me, from what I've heard.
I was about to say what made me feel like it was a 2 verse is Joe don't really talk about guns like that. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to Joe's music, he don't really bring up guns or weapons or stuff like that.
I ain't gonna say a lot of, from what I've heard, even Jay don't really. Yeah, Jay don't really bring it up like
Joe
that.
Will use Joe's. You know what? That's an episode we should do.
Yeah.
Just fucking with our people. You know what I'm saying? And
It'd be dope to have all 3 of them.
Yeah, have them all here. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Joe's style, knowing Joe, me and Joe been knowing each other for years. Joe can get in that bag if he wants to, and that's why I didn't want to count him out. You know what I'm saying? But I had a feeling that was 2.
I was just going off of what I've heard from both of them, from what I've heard, and I'm like,
is AJ actually gonna win one?
I've won one multiple times. What are you talking about? That's crazy.
Record show.
How many have you won though?
I'm gonna lie. Hell, I had a clean sweep at one point and off of guessing.
All right, here's the last one. I've been in it for the past few days. Tighter than fades. I'm knowing my plays. Now, can I rap? Can I adapt? Not really sure yet. Who that looking over the shoulders who's writing dreams? Fiending for the taste of methyl. Miss Class staying in the hole. Looking for a squeeze play. Better yet, a holiday. Stayed away from the pyramid board games. Broke it down to a neighborhood slang. Cash before fame. Want me to read again?
Yeah, one more go over.
That won't call me. I ain't gonna lie. That won't call me.
One more. Spin the block one time.
Yeah.
I've been in it for the past few days. Tighter than fades. I'm knowing my plays. Now, can I rap? Can I adapt? Not really sure yet. Who's that looking over the shoulder of those writing dreams? Fiending for the taste of methyl. Miss Class stayed in the hole. Looking for a squeeze play. Better yet, a holiday. Stayed away from the pyramid board game. Broke it down to a neighborhood slang. Cash before fame. All right, so this is a group. Goody Mob, Outkast, Young Bloods.
All A-Town was. Yeah, I like that. Give them lyrical niggas some love. Because they be saying the South ain't got lyrics, and I be getting mad. I'm glad we all telepathically just be talking.
So we just talked about that earlier.
Yeah.
Can I get one more time, please?
All right. And I feel like I'm messing up like the whole.
That's the point. Don't let us know. Don't do the cadence.
I've been in it for the past few days. Tighter than fades, I'm knowing my plays. Now can I rap? Can I adapt? Not really sure yet. Who that looking over the shoulder of those writing dreams? Fiending for the taste of menthol. Miss Class stayed in the hall, looking for a squeeze play, better yet a holiday. Stayed away from the pyramid board game. Broke it down to a neighborhood slang, cash before fame.
I listened to a lot of Young Bloods when I was coming up.
I was gonna say Goody Mob.
Goody Mob also, and Outkast. I don't see that being, because that would be a Big Boy verse if it was.
That's how I was gonna say the same thing too.
But it could easily be Big Boy. That's the problem right there. But
for me, fuck.
I'm gonna
go Goody Mob. I'm gonna go Goody Mob.
Okay.
I'm not gonna Youngblood. I haven't listened to, so that's why I'm not.
Youngbloods were a lot of crunk music. They were in that crunk music era, like phase. You know what I'm saying? They could fit in there with Lil Jon now. You know, they did a lot of tracks with Lil Jon.
Okay.
And the problem about it is, it could be wait, bro. You read it like a dissertation. Facts. Like he's standing there, everybody's graduating, and he's like, "And I did my days."
Use another big word. Use another big word. Dissertation.
Jesus Christ! If that's a big word, Jesus Christ, we failed as a society.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Goody Mobs.
You know what? For the fuck of it, I just feel like Outkast might be too obvious, and something's telling me Young Bloods. But honestly, I'm also feeling Goody Mob, but I don't want to get the same answers, bro. So I'm gonna go Outkast, which probably ain't.
I thought you had to win Young Bloods. I already thought that's what you.
I wasn't gonna win Young Bloods. It wasn't crunk. It did sound crunk. It might have been the one too. Wait a minute. Before you say I changed it. I'm going Young Blood.
You know what's so funny? When Dylan does it,
Yeah.
and like you feel like you fucked up. Like,
I'm going Young Blood.
like, yeah, y'all fucked up. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. What you got?
Goody Mob.
All right, my brother.
Sweet.
Yeah. Hey, I love this. Bring it back. That felt so good, my boy.
Oh, we missed that.
Yeah, that felt so good, man.
So what is that? Your first one?
That
It's not my
nigga
first
like 1 in 300.
I am not. Roll the clips. We got it on clips. Roll it back.
Oh
What
shit.
are you talking about? I won multiple times.
Yeah, man.
And then it's funny, we won multiple times against each other, and then the guests come in and then kind of
Clean house.
Clean house.
Except
Well,
for Denzel.
Denzel, no. Denzel was off both times. But two, it will be the infamous one for me.
Just
She cleaned house before the bar start. This is who it is. Like, goddamn. Like, I study bars. Shout out to 222.
think we're gonna Jared?
Y'all feeling good about this pod? Y'all feeling good about this episode?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Y'all wanna let me sign it out real quick?
Go ahead, brother.
Y'all illiterate. Go ahead.
Listen here, everybody. This is the last thing we're gonna say before we tap our names out and close the cameras out. Look,
Read your books.
read books.
Eat your vegetables.
So you
Take your vitamins.
no, that too. All that shit. But how about this?
Drink water.
Give your kid a book
Go to gym.
so they won't be stuck on the internet listening to coworker music, falling into the traps of a Diddy doc.
But before you finish,
Like the my flow.
I know. You got it. I have to interrupt because you know why? Y'all don't let me speak. I like fucking with y'all.
You know what?
All right,
Peace,
yo.
baby.
Later.
The way I spit hits harder than an hour later. Y'all soon call me the new rap assassinator.